New Jersey coffee junkie right now. Words. New Jersey coffee junkie streaming right now.
Good morning, everyone. NJ Coffee Junkie here, coming to you from the great state of New Jersey. It's Sunday. You know what that means. Time for some Sagrada and chill. I have my coffee. It is chocolate this morning. Not a mocha, but it's chocolate. And I am here, and I'm about to play another game of this beautiful creation by Floodgate, digitally made by Direwolf Digital. So, good morning, everyone. Come on in, make yourselves at home. I know some of you are just waking up like I did just a mere 45 minutes or so ago. And we're just going to chill, we're going to chat. A lot's gone on. But right now, we're going to dive right into our first game. By the way, thank you, Harmony Emeralds, for the follow yesterday. Appreciate it. Good morning, Serena. Chocolate coffee sure sounds interesting. It is. It smells better than it tastes, but the taste is pretty decent. I got it from the local grocery store because I normally have ground coffee in the house that's half calf, and I have K-cups that are full calf. And depending on the day, I either make a pot ahead of time or I make a regular, just a K-cup. And on the weekends, I normally do this because full caffeine helps power through all the stuff that I normally have to do over the course of the day. And by the way, can you guys hear me over the music? Well, the music's not even here. It should be a little bit higher. That's better. But usually on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I make a pot of half calf to fill my 24-ounce mug, because that's enough coffee to get me through my workday. But I don't do that every day, because that's not what I'm used to. Can you hear me over the music? Okay, good. Sometimes it plays really low, and sometimes it plays really loudly, and I can't tell because it all sounds the same in my ears. So I rely on all of you who are watching to tell me if I need to adjust on the fly. I'm also regretting not making the pot because I could definitely use a second cup. But we're going to dive right into this first game. And usually the first game, I explain how everything works. I explain the game. And I also just pick my board as people wake up. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about this game. So right now we have Shades of Green. That is our private objective for ourselves. And this is an objective that no one else I'm playing against can see. So I have to keep in mind to look for green dice. Now, I have 4 boards that I could choose from, ranging in difficulty from 3 to 6. And the 3 to 6 are indicated by the favor tokens, which are located on the bottom right side of each of the different boards I get to choose from. With 3 being the lowest difficulty, there's a lot of open space that's not designated by a color or a number. Whereas, and this is called Suncatcher. Sun's Glory, which is right above it, is a 6 difficulty, thus the hardest difficulty, and it is almost completely covered by colors and numbers, and those are restrictions, and I'll get into that in just a sec. I think for this first game, as people kind of wander on in, we'll make it a little bit easy, and we'll play Suncatcher. I think that'll be good. So we have a 3 favor token difficulty. And the favor tokens come into play for these items right here. These are called tools. And these tools allow players to manipulate the dice and or the board to work in their favor as they fill in each board. The boards are, and the game itself is inspired by a real basilica in Spain called Sagrada Familia. And And so you're basically creating stained glass windows. You're creating stained glass windows out of dice. And so the tools that we have, which will help us manipulate the board, the first is called Copper Foil Burnisher. And with it, it says, move any one die in your window, ignoring value restrictions on your window pattern. Value restrictions are the numbers that we saw on the board. And when we get to the board, I'll explain what they are. I call them numerical restrictions, but same difference. And using this tool, I must obey all other placement and adjacency restrictions. I'll explain that in just a minute. Then we have Grinding Stone. Grinding Stone allows us to draft a die, which basically means choose a die from the pool, then flip it to its opposite side. So 6 becomes 1, 5 becomes 2, 4 becomes 3, and vice versa. Then there's Flux Brush, where you draft a die, basically choose a die, then re-roll it, and if you can't place it, it goes back to the draft pool. The draft pool is where we choose our dice from. Okay, so we know that our private objective is to look for green dice, and that is just for us. But now we're looking at public objectives. And these public objectives are goals that everyone playing the game will attempt to complete. So first we have medium shades, pairs of 3 and 4, 2 points per pair. Okay, simple enough. Then there's row color variety. There are 4 rows. There are 4 rows in this board because it's a 20 grid board, a 20 spot board. So it's a 5x4 or 4x5 grid. And it says rows with no repeated colors. That's a little more difficult because the rows are 5 wide and there are 5 colors in the game. So it's really going to require patience and skill to make sure that we can get those 24 points. Because that's the max amount of points we can get for this objective. Then we also have light shades. So we have medium shades, but now we also have light shades, sets of 1 and 2 for 2 points per pair. So these 2 public objectives on the left and the right are very low point, which isn't too bad. But this row color variety, this is what we're really going to be aiming for, in addition to the private objective. So here's the board. And when it's my turn, I will explain how this screen looks. I have to wait for my turn. And in the meantime, if you feel up to it, what are you up to today? Tell me a story. How's your weekend been? And while you put that all in chat, let me share with you what you're seeing right now. So at the very, very top, you see me. I'm designated as you. And the 3 opponents I have. This explains the turn order. In Sagrada, the turn order is in a snake-like pattern, so it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. So the last player of every round goes twice. They take both of their turns in a row. The rounds are signified underneath our names by the round track. There are 10 rounds in a game, and each round you choose your dice, you put them on your board, and then any dice that are left over are put into the round track to signify the end of the round and the beginning of the next. And so there are tools that would allow us to use the round track to help manipulate our boards, but we don't have that right now. The 4 objectives we discussed earlier are in the 4 spaces on either side of the board. The public objectives being on the right and bottom left, the private objective in the top left. The favor tokens, good morning Lady Amelia, how are you? The 3 favor tokens we have to use are right above the private objective. The draft pool, which is where we'll be choosing our dice from, are underneath the board, and I'll explain all of that in a minute. We have our tools down at the bottom. And this is where the favor tokens come in. The favor tokens pay for us to use these tools. And the first time a tool is used, it takes 1 favor token. Doesn't matter who it is, it takes 1 favor token. After that, for any other player, it's 2 favor tokens. So with my choosing a lesser difficulty board, I'm only going to have maybe 2 opportunities, 1 or 2 opportunities to use tools if I choose to. If I have any favor tokens left at the end of the game, they're worth 1 bonus point each. Now let's talk about the board for a split second. As you can see here, the board is dotted with both colors and numbers. These are called restrictions, and there are 3 kinds of restrictions. There are color restrictions, there are value or numerical restrictions, and there's also adjacency restrictions. So basically, color restriction is pretty self-explanatory, where I have 2 yellow spaces on this board. I cannot place a blue or any other color but yellow in those spaces. Same thing with the values, or as I call it, numerical restriction. I can only place a 4 in that 4 spot. I can only place a 5 in that 5 spot. Okay, great. But then there's adjacency restrictions. So you can't place the same color next to each other than diagonally. And you can't place the same number next to each other other than diagonally. So, for example, if I were to put a blue 4 in that blue space, second from the top, I could not put a 4. I could not put a 4 underneath that because there's already a 4 there. So that's something that I'll have to keep in mind as I play, because I want to make sure that I can place everything. I'm playing AI right now because I'm just getting warmed up. I might go back to solo mode in a little while. But right now I just wanted to get a quick multiplayer game in to kind of wake up and warm up. In the meantime, by the way, everyone, in case you didn't know, it is day 25 of the Let Us Fight Hunger Challenge. I've been fundraising all month for Feeding America through this challenge. I'm part of Team Feed, and they asked me to be a part of this effort to help fundraise and provide meals to people in need. I am currently sitting at $635, and I am 4th in the team standings. And my goal is $2,500, and I am really hoping that we can at least break 1,000 before the end of this challenge. Right now, we have 1 milestone hit, and that is a 6-hour stream. If we hit the 1,000, I will up it to 8 hours and basically exhaust myself, and that'll be good. But yes, so if you can't donate, don't worry about it. Feel free to share the link that's in chat right now, and help spread the word, and let's raise some money for a good cause. But back to the game. Right now I'm looking at a yellow 6, a yellow 3, a green 3, a blue 4. Oddly enough, we just talked about blue 4s. Imagine that. 2 purple 6s, a purple 4, and a purple 2. Okay, great. So we see that there are 3s, 4s, and 2s in this pile, which is wonderful because that's what we want to see. Now, in placing the first die, I can only place it in the outer perimeter of the board. So I have to place it in the outer perimeter and work my way out. So that's something. Keeping in mind that I have to keep the colors different. So I already know this is going to be green on the far left on the bottom, and I know that this is going to be purple on the far right on the bottom. So what should I play first? Because we know that these 3 things are going to be purple, red, and blue. This is going to be purple. This is not purple, red, blue, green, yellow, red, and blue. So we know that this right here can't be yellow or purple, because that's going to bork this. And we know it can't be green either because it's going to bork this. So this has to be red or blue. This is going to have to be red or blue. There's a blue 4 right here that we could use. So that might be worth it. Now, I could also go after the green 3, but I can't place it here. So part of me is thinking, take the green 3. Actually, wait. I want to place 6s with the green, but we'll see. Perhaps maybe I should try this purple 6 because I'm not hindered by any of this. You know what? No, here's what we'll do. We'll place the purple... No. We'll place the purple 2. We'll place the purple 2. And start going after these pairs. We'll place the purple 2 and we'll go from there. Because we don't need the 6s because we're looking for green 6s. We want green 6s. We don't have any green 6s right now. And by the way, I do allow backseat gaming for this because there's always something that you might see that I don't. So get in there and feel comfortable throwing out suggestions because that would be awesome. Serena, meanwhile, says, my weekend has been pretty good. Went on a walk and a bike ride yesterday. How about yours? Well, Friday night, my friend is in town, or was in town this weekend for her uncle's funeral. I knew her uncle. He was a priest that worked for the university that we both went to. We met at university. I'm playing this blue 4, by the way, because blue is really the only logical thing I can put here. Because there's only the other 2 purple 6s and I can't place them, so that's fine. So Friday night, the funeral was Saturday morning. Her uncle had passed away from COVID last year. And so, we went out with her Friday night. We spent a couple of hours with her and her friend, who we also went to school with. And we just basically caught up, and we had dinner at a restaurant outside. And it was the first time we had food that wasn't takeout in over a year. And it was, I have to say that it was one of the weirdest experiences, not for the fact that we were sitting in a parking lot under a heat lamp, but the fact that we were actually outside and dining at a restaurant, which I didn't think we were going to do anytime soon. It was really weird. It was weird. But let me tell you, being able to see my friend again, totally worth it. Totally worth it. I've missed her very much. Because she lives on the other side of the country, so she had flown in for the funeral. And there's that green 6 that I want. We're going to play that right now. We're not even going to waste any time. We're not going to waste time. We're just going to take that green 6 and run, because that's what we want. But yeah, so we spent a couple of hours with her, and then I was, let's see, then yesterday was the funeral, and so we did that Saturday morning. We went to the funeral. We talked to her and her family for a little bit. And then I had to give a presentation at 3. Yes, I'm going to play the red 2 here. That means that this is going to be a yellow 3, so I'm not too sure about that. I think what I might want to do instead is play this and just fill this red space in and be done with it. Because then this could be another red 2. That would be fine. Or this could be red. So that's not terrible. Let's do that. That's fine. Good call, Lady Amelia. So I had a presentation I had to give for a conference, and I missed most of the conference. I didn't show up to the conference till 2 o'clock. Now, it wasn't in person, it was virtual. But by the time I got home from the funeral, wrote my presentation because I had to redo it. Gave the presentation, hung out for the rest of the conference, got to talk to the conference organizers for a little bit. They're college students, and they invited me to their Minecraft server. They're like, NJ, come play with us. And I was like, okay, that sounds good. Yeah, I'll come along. That's fine. So I did. I'm gonna join their server, and they'll be pleased. They're such a good. They're so wholesome. They're so wholesome, that group. They're good eggs. They're good beans. So we're gonna play that purple 2 Get that 2 out of the way. I'm really hoping we get some 1s in here, for real. And I'm playing this purple too so that I can get to this space here and play the blue 3. I want to play the blue 3 here, and we'll have our first 2 points right here. We got our first 2 points with this 3-4 pair. And we're still keeping with the colors. So we know that this space next to the blue 3 is definitely going to be red. We know that for a fact. So we have to keep that in mind as we go. But yeah, so I talked to them for a little bit. Then my friend came to pick me up. I hadn't seen my friend, physically seen him in months. I don't remember the last time I saw him. And we drove down to another person's house. And I hung out with some friends of mine that I hadn't seen since 2019. And I had my first real non-familial hugs. Because I'm fully vaccinated. Like, completely... I didn't mean to bump the mic. I'm completely vaccinated. Like, I'm past my 2 weeks and everything. And the majority of the people who were there also were. And so it was, okay, how are you comfortable being greeted goodbye? Because I'm fully vaccinated, and if you want to hug me, you can. And they did. And let me tell you, I was almost sobbing in my friend's car on the way home. Because I needed that. I needed it so badly. I needed that so badly, you guys. I really did. I really did, peeps. Okay, so we finally have a 1. Let's go with that. We're going to plunk that right here in the corner. We're not going to waste any time. We're going to just take it and run. We're going to take it and run. But yeah, so it was so nice to be able to spend time with them. We roasted marshmallows over a fire pit, and they were playing bocce, and we were talking. We were all just talking and catching up, and they were asking about me because, you know, I've had mental health struggles. This pandemic hit me pretty hard, and they were genuinely concerned, and they wanted to make sure that I was okay. And, you know, I am. Yep, I see it, Lady Amelia. We're going to do that. We're going to put it right here. So, it was genuinely nice to be able to see them all again. And I got home, and I immediately stuffed a slice of pizza in my face because Manatee had bought pizza for his dinner, but I didn't eat very much when I was at my friend's house, so I just was like, stuffed my face. And yeah, it was good. It was so good. It was so good. All right, green 6, boom, done, dusted. This row completely settled. We're getting 6 points from that row, and another 6 for the green. So this is a 12-point placement, ladies and peeps. 12-point placement, peeps. So yeah, so this has been a good weekend, and then today I have hanging out with all of you, which is wonderful. And then later this afternoon, I have a meeting with the Draw for Charity friends, because we're meeting every week because our big 48-hour extravaganza is coming up. Which, by the way, if you are not already following us on Twitch, please do so. I'm gonna put our handle in the link in the chat right now. Draw for Charity. We are currently doing a 48-hour event on July 9th through the 11th. And it's starting at, I believe, 6 p.m. Central. Because pretty much everyone who's on the committee or on the board, almost all of us are Central Time. So, there's that. But it's wonderful. So, we're going to talk about everything we're doing for that event, and I really hope that you come out for it. Remember, it's July 9th through the 11th. So set your calendars now. So I've had a really busy weekend, and I ended up napping after I got home. And I woke up at about 2 o'clock in the morning, or 1:30 in the morning, and I was watching Evil Notions stream, because he does Jackbox every Saturday night, and I always hang out there. And it's just absolutely wonderful. He's such a good streamer. And you know what? You know what? I'm gonna give him a shout out too. He's not 100% family friendly, but he's hilarious. He's wonderful. He's just a really cool dude. So there you go. Make sure you give him a follow too. He plays modded Minecraft, I think Borderlands 3, that kind of stuff. So yeah, he's great. I love him. I think he's wonderful. All right, so what did our friends leave us? What did our friends leave us as these last 3 pieces? We have a yellow 1, a green 3, and a purple 4. I think I'm going to place the yellow 1 because that's going to give us another 2 points and fill in another restriction. Yellow's going to end up going here, here, or here, so we have to keep that in mind. Yellow's done here, so yellow can go here or here, and so we'll go from there. Serena is asking me to hydrate, so I'm going to do that. Thank you. Thank you, Serena. There we go. All right, so I go first this round. What are we looking at? What are we looking at? All right, we are looking at a red 6. Okay. Drink that chocolate coffee. That chocolate coffee is gone. I finished it. It's done. I could make another one, but I'm afraid I'll be too jittery. Let's see. A red 6, a red 5, red 4, yellow 4, yellow 3, green 6. That's what we want. We want green 6s. Green 4, blue 4, purple 4. That's a lot of... Wow, that's a lot of 4s. May the 4s be with us this round. Good grief. But that green 6 is screaming for attention. Screaming for attention. So we can place it... I think we can place it here. I think that's safe because we know that this is going to be green no matter what, and we're not restricted by column, we're restricted by row. So putting the green there is actually the best move because we know that this can't be green anyway. So let's do that. And so that's going to give us another 6 points on the board, which is great. And we are going to be left with a red 5, totally fine, and a green 4. Well, we know that this all is going to be red anyway. One of these is going to be red. So that means this is going to be blue, and this is going to be blue and purple right here. And this is fine because blue and purple are already taken here. Now, I have to play a red in one of these spaces. The red 5 cannot go here because there's a 5 here. That would negate this. And I can't reach this space just yet. So what I think I want to do, this would make this a red 3, and that would just that wouldn't be great. That wouldn't be ideal. So I think I want to put the red 5 here. Okay, and this is my reasoning. Because this is already pretty much settled. This will make this anything but a 5 or a 3, which is fine because we want 6s if we can get them. And it's also going to give us access to that space. If I put the red 5 here, that would force this to be a red 3, and I'd rather not do that. I want to have some variety. I want to see if I can get a red or a yellow 3 here. This has to be blue or purple, these two here, which is also fine because blue and purple are already here. We know that this can be purple, this can be blue. Well, actually, no, one of these has to be yellow. One of these has to be yellow. So, we're in the last 4 rounds now. And this is where it's going to start to get a little bit squirrely. But I think we'll be okay. We go 4th this round, so we get both of our turns. We get both of our turns in a row. So let's see what happens. Let's see what we have in front of us. And we ideally have what we need, except 3s, which is a little disconcerting, but not terrible. So we have a red 2. Okay, we can put that there if we want to. We have 2 yellow 2s and a yellow 1, we have a blue 6 and a blue 3. So no green, but that's fine. We only have one spot for green, so that's not worrisome. So this begs the question of where does this stuff go? Where do we put these things? There's no 4, so we can't do anything about that. There's no 5. And the only 3 we have is blue, so we can't place that. So what do? The blue 3 could easily go in this spot here in between the two 2s, or it could be over here. We know that one of these spots absolutely has to be yellow. Has to be yellow. So I think I'm going to pick up on what Lady Amelia put down and take this blue 3 first and nestle it in this spot here. Because I want to leave these 2 spots open. I don't want to pigeonhole myself into that. So what do I do about the other spot? Because one of these is going to be filled. Most likely, it's going to be the blue 6, making this a purple 5. I could also take the 1. I could also take the yellow 1 and put it here and pigeonhole myself, but I'm not sure. Do I pigeonhole myself for the 3 or do I pigeonhole myself for the 4? That's the question I'm asking myself right now. And I see all these purple 4s up here and I'm kind of kicking myself, but that's fine. So we'll play the blue 3 here anyway. Now, this needs to be yellow, or these need to be yellow. We need 1s as well. So logically, I want to say that this yellow 1 is best suited here. There are already 3 purple 4s. So maybe the 1 should go down here. This would make this a red 3. And I could scoot some stuff around and figure it out later. But right now I think that's going to be the best bet, because one of these is going to be yellow, one of these is going to be, well, this is going to be a purple 4 regardless, actually. So this has to be yellow. So this is kind of pigeonholed. So let's move it up here. This is pigeonholed. This is going to be a purple 4. Come to think of it. So, But we still get another 2 points, so it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I'm not worried yet. I'm not worried yet. I'll let you know when we can start to worry. Alright, what are we looking at? We're looking at a red 4. Okay, red 4 is not ideal, but it's fine. A red 2. We could work with a red 2, I guess. But that would make that a... Ooh, wait, yes. That actually works, because... That actually works. Oh, there's so many options here, peeps. There's so many options. Good grief. Yeah, I see it too. Yellow 3. Done and dusted. So that means this is going to be red whatever, and then this is going to be green, not 3. Or not 5. So that works. And blue 5 could definitely go here and make this a purple of whatever we want. Actually, no. Oh, no. This has to be a purple 5. Because that has to be a purple 4. And then this has to be... This has to be blue, whatever. So... there's possibilities here, and I'm worried. Alright, so let's see. We know that yellow is completely done. We know yellow's done. This is a mess. This is not what I had in mind. But we can still play the red 2 here. We can, because this has to be a green whatever. The blue, we can put... this has to be a purple. We need purples, y'all. We need purples, and we need them bad. We need purples. Purple and, I think, blue. Purple, blue, and green. Okay, so... We're getting into some tight quarters here. We're getting into some very tight quarters. I'm starting to worry. I'm not liking this one bit. So we'll see what happens. This is a major jackpot. Not gonna lie. Other than the green being 5, we have what we need. So this is going to be a purple 4 regardless. And I can't get a purple 4 right now. So I'm going to take the purple 5 instead. Now, as long as one of the blues comes back, that's not the 5, so if the blue 6 comes back, we're good. We're in good shape. If it doesn't, then we're going to have to do some refiguring, but we'll figure it out. Let's see what happens. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, peeps. Wow, did we luck out. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, we lucked out. We're taking that blue 6. We're taking that blue 6 and we're running. We are running fast and we are running far. Like, bye. Like, bye. So now we have 2 rows completed. But we've kind of put our pigeonhole ourselves a little bit because we're left with 2 restrictions in the 10th round. That is not ideal. That is not ideal, but not terrible. And I go first this round, so this ought to be good. And we did not get a purple 4. That's unfortunate. We did not get a purple 4. But, I mean, we have red. We have options to put it in there, I guess. So, first thing I want to do, I want to put that green 4 in there, right? Hold on. What do I want to do? Let's see. What do we have here? We have draft a die, then re-roll it. We have move 1 die in your window, ignoring value restrictions. Ignoring value Yes. Watch this. Boop. Wait, no. Shoot. No. That's... okay, that has to be a 2. That has to be a purple. But that's already a 6. Uh-oh. I got really excited there for a split second, not realizing that I did that. Okay, hold on. Let's have a think. Let's have a think. Oh gosh. Okay. I think I know what I have to do. I'm going to play the green 4 anyway. I'm going to play it anyway. Then I'm going to re-roll the 6 and hope it comes out to be a 4. That's the only thing I can think of because I can't move anything else or else I lose the points. Because I could move this up there, but then the green 6 negates this. Negates it 100%. So we're going to do that. We're going to see what happens. Oh, they took the purple! Oh, rude! Totally rude! Poop! Not okay! Not okay! They took the purple! Excuse me! Not cool! They took it! They took it! But you know what? That's fine. We're just going to put that right there. We're losing the 6 points here, but that's okay. Because we know that we have at least, we have 6 points from the 3 pairs, and we have 3 rows completed and no open spaces. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed. Everybody cross your fingers right now, because I think we might have edged out. We might have edged it out. Yes, we did it! We did it! Excuse me, I'm trying to have yogurt. Trying to take a quick nibble of my yogurt while this was being counted. But we did it! 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 GG, everybody. Let's have some hype in chat. Yay! We did it! We did a thing! We did the thing! Oh, I'm so proud. Good job, everybody. Good job. Good job. Alright. Very cool. Very cool. Let's look at our window. We did really well. I'm really proud. This is good. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. Alright. So here we go. I'm gonna go back. That game took a while, but the first game always does. Because I explain everything and stuff like that. And if you're new to the channel, if you're new to Sagrada and you're not sure about anything of what you just saw and you're just completely lost, feel free to throw in questions in chat, because I read chat, I look at chat, and I want everyone to understand this game because I love it so much. I know a bunch of you have thought about or are buying the game, and I think that's great because, you know, more people to play it. I know that you've asked about, like, do I get a cut of it or anything? I don't, and I've asked about it, and I asked Floodgate about it, and they said, well, if you want to do that, look into Amazon because we have the game on Amazon. So I might, because I know some of you really want that for me. So, yeah, but, so there's that. I'm gonna take a quick, health and safety so that I can make another cup of coffee, because I know Serena really wants me to make sure that I am fully caffeinated, because apparently that is, that has become her, her mission on Sunday mornings. So I'm gonna take a quick health and safety so I can make another cup of coffee. But I'm gonna leave the beautiful music playing, and when we get back, I'm gonna go into solo mode. You are going to help me. You're going to help me hydrated, not caffeinated. Well, I'm gonna make decaf. My second cup on Sundays is always decaf. But I'm gonna go make another quick one. Grab a stretch, and I'll be back in about a minute. I'm back. Thank you guys so much. I've got a fresh cup of coffee in my hand, and it's all because of you. Thank you so much. I am continuing my gentle caffeination as we play another game. Lady Amelia had asked if I was going to try solo mode because it's been a few weeks, and I figure, why the heck not? Let's go into solo mode. We're gonna play, let's see. We don't really have a great win-loss record with very easy just yet, so we're gonna try that. So this game's gonna be for Lady Amelia. So let's see. In solo mode, we get to look for 2 different private objectives, and whichever one we have more of is the private objective that will be counted at the end of the game. And so we have blue and we have yellow. So these are the 4 boards to choose from. And now that I've had my first game under my belt, I'm going to let you decide which game we should do. As I realize I'm making a mess on my desk. That's what coasters are for, NJ. Use them. There we go. So here we go. Which board rather, should I play? So we have Suncatcher, which we just saw last game. And that is for 3. That's a level 3 difficulty, so it's the lowest difficulty. We have Via Lux, which is next up in difficulty at 4. We have Virtus, which is a level 5 difficulty. And then we have Water of Life, which is the highest difficulty of 6. I'm going to give you 1 minute. You'll be able to use your bits or your coffee beans, which are our channel points here, to vote. I'm going to give you 1 minute and go. Which board should I play in this solo game? And already Via Lux is out ahead in the lead. Via Lux is going super fast. It has come out ahead. The other boards don't stand a chance. Via Lux getting the support from the crowd. Cheering on. Via Lux, full support from the crowd. I don't think the others have a chance right now. You've got about maybe 20 seconds left. Via Lux with 100% of the vote. I don't think it's any contest at this point. Via Lux coming out ahead. The others haven't even left the gate. Got about 15 seconds, and good grief, Via Lux holding steady in the number 1 spot. 100% of the vote. Via Lux. Getting it done. 2, 1. There we go. With Serena contributing her channel points. Thank you so much for that, because that's what they're there for. Via Lux it is. We're going to go for it. Okay, there we go. Alright, so it's been a few weeks since we've played solo mode, so let me walk you through the differences between playing solo mode and playing against other people. So with other people, you use the favor tokens that you get from the board that you choose to play the tools you have at your disposal. In this game, in solo mode, you get additional tools to use, but you can only use them once per game. And to do so, you have to trash or sacrifice a die matching the color on the tool itself. So looking at this, we have 3 tools that require sacrificing a blue die, and we have 2 tools sacrificing a purple die. So what are they? In the blue category, we have Tap Wheel, and this is a tool that I mentioned not by name, but by ability, in terms of how it interacts with the round track. This Tap Wheel tool allows you to move up to 2 dice of the same color that match a color of the die on the round track. You must obey all placement restrictions. Okay, good to know. So that requires a blue die. Next up in the blue category is Eglomi's Brush. We saw the other tool that talked about value restriction, but this tool allows the movement of any one die in the window, ignoring color restrictions on your window pattern. You must obey all other placement and adjacency restrictions. Okay, that's going to be good to have. Then lastly, there's Glazing Hammer, which is re-roll all the dice in the draft pool. This is the last of the 3 tools that take up blue. This may only be used on your second turn before drafting. So basically, before you pick your die, you roll. Now in the purple category, we have Grozing Pliers, which is draft a die, then increase or decrease its value by 1. So 1 can't be 6, and 6 can't be 1, as opposed to the tool we saw in the last game, where it flipped it to its opposite side, and allowed for 3 to become 4, and etc. So this is slightly different. The other purple tool that we have is Flux Remover, which is actually pretty helpful. This one is draft a die, then swap it for a new die from the supply. Choose a value, and place the new die obeying all placement restrictions or return it to the draft pool. So something tells me we're going to see some of these tools in play. And when we play solo mode, using the tools is actually not a bad thing to do. Now, what are our public objectives? Well, we have 2. Deep Shades, sets of 5 and 6 anywhere. That's helpful because that keeps everything off the round track, and I'll explain why that's important in a second. And then Rose Shade variety, rows with no repeated values. So we're not restricted by color, which actually helps. It's easier to deal with numerical variety than it is for color variety. Okay, so here's the round track, right? The round track works slightly different in a solo game than it does in a regular game. In a regular game, the dice in the round track only signify the end of the round. In solo mode, the dice not only do that, but when added up at the end of the game, that is the score to beat. So the key is to keep the higher number colors, or the higher number dice off the round track. You want to keep the number as low as possible. The max amount, I believe, is 144, because it would be 12. Well, 12 times 10 is 120. So I think the highest total to beat is 120. Nobody gets 120, if it could be helped. And that's why these tools are so important. So what do we have first? We have a red 6, a red 5, a red 4, and a purple 6. Okay, that's a lot of high numbers. So what I think I'm going to do first is play the red 6 in the corner, which is fine. And then I think I'm going to play the purple 6 and get rid of that 12 right off the bat. It's going to put 9 in the track, and that's okay-ish. I'm going to break out my calculator now, because we're going to use that to kind of keep track of our totals and our scores. And so there we go. We've got 9 to add here. So that's that. All right. Okay. What's next? We have a red 3, a yellow 5. Okay, good. This is our first yellow, because we want yellow and blue. A green 6 and a purple 2. Okay. So we have to keep things different numerically. We know this. We have to keep things different numerically. And as much as I want to see yellow 6s right now, we need to really just dump them all. So let's plunk this 5 here, because that's a 5 spot. We want to fill these numerical restrictions best we can. That is going to work towards our yellow private objective. And so there's that works. And then we'll be able to place that green 6 right above it, removing the 6 requirement. And that's basically going to almost finish off 6s for this game, more or less, if we want to follow this 5. Unless we start seeing a lot of yellow or blue. Because if it's yellow or blue, that'll negate anything we get from the row. But again, still. So we're going to do that. We're going to add 5. We're going to add 5 to our thing. Okay, this is a lower... Okay, this is good. This is a lower point set, but not too bad. We have a red 1. We have a yellow 3, a green 4, and a blue 2. Not too bad. So we have a bunch of different things we could do here. Something tells me that we might not see 1s all that often in this game. So I'm inclined to put the 1 here, and then use the yellow 3 and put it up in the top corner. Because again, it has to be different numerically. We also have the green 4 that we could put down here as well. But I'm leaning towards filling in these restrictions and getting some of this space out there. So let's do that. And that's going to add 6. So that puts us at 20. Which is a little high, but not terrible. Alright, what do we have here? We have a yellow 6, 2 of them actually, a yellow 5, and a blue 6. Okay. I'm gonna have to think about that. And I do apologize. I'm gonna let you guys look at the board for a second. I need to step out for a minute or two. I do apologize. So sit here for a sec. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. There was something that caught my attention I had to take care of. Okay, so where were we? We were looking at 2 sixes, two yellow sixes, a yellow 5, and a blue 6. I have a feeling that we're going to have to stick with yellow. So let's do that. And looking at this different numerically, we know we can't put anything yellow in here. So we might have to actually get a blue 6, but we could actually put a blue 6 in there, but we also have these blue what's the word I'm looking for? Tools that we could use, because they help eliminate the higher point things. But again, it's once per game, so it's... Let's see. Why don't we take the yellow 5 and put it up here? Because we can. Because we could also put it here. But I don't want to pigeonhole these two things. So maybe let's dunk in over here. Let's put the yellow 5 here. Now, the question I have is, should we completely ignore the rows because we're going to get points from the 6s and the 5s anyway? Because part of me thinks that we should just spam 6s all throughout this. I think that's a better plan. So I think that's what I want to do. I'm just going to completely ignore this. I'm going to try something. I'm going to completely ignore this. And then, and just focus on the 6s. I probably should have played the 6s before, because that's going to put 12 points on the board if I do that. So, I could re-roll this. Burn this, re-roll this, and see what happens. I'm not sure. But, forget it. We're just going to dunk 6s everywhere. We're going to add 12 points to the round track. We're at 32, and we're almost halfway there. At least if my math is correct, anyway. So that's fine. We have a yellow 5, a blue 5, a purple 5, and a purple 1. Okay. Okay. Not too bad. Again, looking at the 5s, we're really making a strong pitch for yellow here. So I'm going to say that this should go here. This is all going to be different anyway, because this can't be a 5 or a 6. So this row is definitely guaranteed to be different. So we'll get 5 points from that. That's fine. And then I think maybe I'll put a blue 5 up here in between the 3 and the 6, because I think that's going to be the best bet for that. Because it's either that or I could place a purple 1, the purple 1 down here. I could do that. But, meh. I think the blue... you know what? Because this wouldn't be able to be red or purple. But this could be anything. Yeah, because this is going to end up... This has to be... If it's different numerically, this would have to be a 2 or... This would have to be a 1 or a 2. So let's put the 1 here anyway. That's going to put 10 points on the round track, which stinks, but... Wait, can we? Can we re-roll it? Should we re-roll it? Sure, let's dump the 5. We'll re-roll this. And it's a 6 and a 1. So then, boom, the 1 goes there anyway. That's going to lower this. Actually, wait, no. You know what? We're going to play the 6 over here. So that leaves 1. I think that's what we're going to do. Let's do that. We'll add 1 to the round track. So that is now 33. And we have 2 red 3s a yellow 1, and a blue 4. Alright, so this round is actually very easy. We can put the red 3 right there, because that's going to take care of the 3 requirement. And we can take the blue 4 and put the blue 4 there, and that'll take care of the 4 requirement. And then that's going to add only 4 to the round track. So we put that there. Because I want to keep putting yellow, but not if it's 1. Because our yellow placement is very limited at this point. We can basically put a yellow here or here, and maybe a yellow 3, and that's it. Because we have to look at adjacency. So we're going to add 4 to the round track, to our total. We're at 37. 37, and it's round 7. So that works. We're looking at a yellow, we're looking at a red 3 rather, a yellow 1, a blue, not blue, purple 6, and a purple 5. Okay. So, what can we do with this? I think what we can do is play the purple 5 here, because we haven't really touched this row just yet. And I think we can get away with the red 3 right here, because it's different numerically. Because again, I don't want yellow 1s. I need higher yellow things to make it worth it. And we'll play the red 3 here, which is fine. And we'll add 7 to the track. That's going to give us 44. 3 rounds to go and we're under 50. That's actually not too bad. So we have a yellow 3, which we can place right there. A yellow 1, a green 2, which we could place right there. And a purple 5. So why don't we do that? So we can place the yellow 3. And we can actually technically place the 2 here as well. And ignore the 5. But we can also use this, take the yellow 1, get something else, and see what we can do with it. This would have to be a 1, a 2, 1 or a 2, a red 1 or 2. So, for the heck of it, actually, no, you know what? I'm not gonna, I'd rather take the 6, knowing that this is a 5-point placement right here. I think that's fine. And then this or this can be yellow. This or this can be yellow. So that's fine. We'll add 6. We're now at 40. We're now at 50. 2 rounds to go and we're at 50, which isn't terrible. Red 5, red 2, yellow 1, green 3. Okay. The red 2 goes right there. That's good. Boom. Done. So there's that. We don't have anything to manipulate the dice here. We don't have a blue or a purple, which is sad. But not the end of the world. Now, unfortunately, we kind of have to play the yellow 1 if we want to. Because it's the only logical spot, it's the only logical thing that works to keep this all different. And also, it's come up 3 separate times. So, that is what it is. We'll add 8. We're at 58 now, if my math is right. What's left? We have a red 2, which can go right here. And we'll do that. Now we have a green 2, a purple 6, and a purple 1. Okay. We can still salvage this. This is going to have to be a 4, though. So I think what we do, because this we can make this a 5, but that's not going to help us any. And we can't use the green at all. So I think what we do is we use flux remover. We ditch the 6. We pick the green. You can't place this die, it must return to the pool. Of course not. Poop. That stinks. So we'll add 4. And that's 62. So we're at 62. That's not ideal. That's not ideal. That's not ideal. 62 is our target score. Oh no. We did well with the yellow though. We did do well with the yellow. We tried. So we could have done better. We could have done better. Note to self, use the tools whenever you can. I keep forgetting that. You have to use the tools because that's what they're there for. They're there to make the dice amounts easier. But that's okay. We're going to take it and we're going to run. We're going to run. We walked that game so that we could run this game. We're going to try again. We're going to try again. Okay, let's dive right in. So what are we looking at? We're looking at shades of red and shades of purple. Now, what are our boards? I'm going to set up the poll right now so that you can figure out what we're going to play. Let's see. Which board should I play? We have, let's see. We have Aurora Sagradas. And that's for level 4 difficulty. We have Bell's Guard for a level 3 difficulty. We have Batlow, which is a level 5 difficulty. And then we have Lux Mundi for level 6 difficulty. So I'm going to give you all 1 minute to vote. You can use your bits. It's 1 bit per extra vote, or 200 coffee beans, channel points per vote. So get those votes in there and tell me what you would like me to play. Bell's Guard is off and running with 100% of the vote so far. The others are just sitting pretty. Bell's Guard. Bell's Guard's getting all the attention right now. Ooh, Bell's Guard has all the attention. The others are not standing a chance. We're at almost 30 seconds left. And Bell's Guard is just running away with this vote. Running away with it, running away with it, running away with it. We're at 30 seconds. Y'all get your votes in. Bell's Guard not giving anyone else a chance right now. Bell's Guard has it pretty much sealed the deal unless there is someone who comes out and dumps channel points or bits on their vote. But it looks like Bell's Guard is the group favorite, is the chat favorite, is the preferred board with about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bell's Guard. Lady Amelia contributing 1,000 coffee beans. That's a lot of beans, Lady Amelia. To make sure that Bell's Guard got the win. So Bell's Guard it is. Remember, we're looking for red and purple. What are the 5 tools that we will have at our disposal for this game? Well, in the blue category, we see Tap Wheel yet again, and I'm going to stretch because Serena told me to. Thank you, Serena. So for blue, we have Tap Wheel, which is move up to 2 dice in the same color that match the color of a die on the round track, obeying all placement restrictions. Fair enough. Grinding Stone, draft a die, then flip it to its opposite side. This is a green tool. 6 becomes 1, 5 to 2, 4 to 3. We saw that in the multi-game earlier. Then for yellow, we have both Lathkin, which is move exactly 2 dice, obeying all placement restrictions, and then Cork-backed Straight Edge, draft a die, then place it in a spot that is not adjacent to another die. You must obey all other placement restrictions. I'm going to be using that as soon as possible. Just throwing that out there. Then there's Flux Brush, draft a die, then re-roll it. For purple, if it cannot be placed, return it to the draft pool. We tried that. We tried a similar tool last game. It did not work in our favor, but maybe, just maybe, it can work for us this time. Our public objectives. First off, for however many points it is, count of diagonally adjacent same color dice. So we're going to be keeping an eye on the diagonals. And then we have column color variety, columns with no repeated colors. So that's going to be tough. That is giving us 25 points, an opportunity for 25 bonus points. So we're going to keep an eye on that. we have our 5 tools down below. We know what our objectives are. Let's see what we can do with all of this. We are kicking things off with a red 4 and 1, a green 5, and a blue 1. Well, we know we want red and purple, so automatically my brain says plunk that 4 right there and get it done. So that's going to give us 4 points as I clear the calculator for this next game. Next up, to keep things on the low end, we do have these tools here. We don't have any yellow yet, so I can't use cork-backed straight edge, which I want to very soon. But I do have grinding stone. I could turn that red 1 into a 6 if I wanted to, and I could automatically get another 6 points on the board. But do I want to do that? Should I do that? Should I sacrifice the 5 for the 6? Part of me says I think so, even though it's early game. Because again, we want to use these points ASAP. We want to use these tools rather, because I don't use these often enough. So let's have that strategy and let's see if we can use all 5 tools during this game. So let's activate this. We'll make this a 6. We'll put that there. That's going to give us 10 points. 10 points in round 1. 10 points right off the bat. And it's going to give us another 2, I think, for the diagonal. So that is working out in our favor as well. Because with columns, we don't have to worry about if they're right next to each other. So we can have a red here and then go up this way, and that would be 5 or 6 points right there. So that's not too bad. Plus, it only gives us 1 to add to the round track. So not bad. Not bad for a first round. I think that was a good play. Okay, so what do we have now? We have a red 4, 2 red 2s, and a yellow 3. Hi, Nom. I'm well. How are you? Come on in. Make yourself at home. I want to use cork-backed straight edge, but there's way too much red. We have the red 4, 2 red 2s, and a yellow 3. That 3 spot is looking kind of squirrely, so I'm going to say no to that. Instead, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to play a red 4 here, and then play the yellow 3 up in the corner. It's not going to give us any yellow diagonal points, but it is going to get us a little bit more across there. We're adding another 4, 5 points here. So I think that's good stuff. So let's do that. And then we'll place the yellow 3 here. And now we pretty much almost have the entire board situated. And we're looking at 14 points as it is. We're going to add 4 points to the round track. We're currently on round 3 and at 5 points to beat. 5 points. So that's not too bad. That's not too bad. What do we have now? We have a yellow 6, a yellow 1, a purple 6, and a purple 2. This is where corked back straight edge comes in. We can use it now. And that is what I would want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use corkback straight edge. I'm going to, how am I going to do this? I'm going to use the 1. Actually, wait, did I want to use the 1? No, I wanted to use the 6, because we don't... I'm going to do this, pay the 6, put that purple up there, right? And then I'm going to put the purple 2 right there. That's going to give me 1. And so we'll add 1 to the round track. We're now at 6. We're in round 4, and our score to beat is 6. We are doing really, really well. Keeping in mind that we want to keep the colors different, we can put something here, and that's fine. But what do we have right now? We have a red 3, a red 1, a yellow 3, and a purple 2. So what we can do is we can put a yellow 3 here because we want to fill in that requirement. And then we could take the red 3 and put it here, or we can take the purple 2 and put it over here or here. Kaijo Wolf coming in with an 8 months in a row at tier 1. Thank you, my friend. How are you? Says 8 months. Woo! Yes, adding that to the subscription pool. Awesome, thank you. For those of you who don't know, for every sub, gift sub, and resub I receive during the month of April, I am donating $1 to the Let Us Fight Hunger Challenge, benefiting Feeding America. As Streamlabs just says so in the chat. I did not realize that was going to come up right now. Perfect timing. Hi, Kaijo. How are you? What are you up to today? We're playing some Sagrada and having a good, healthy think. Okay, so what are we going to do? We are going to... I don't want to leave all this red on the board, but I really want to get higher numbers. So I think instead I'm going to put the purple to work and put the purple there for the diagonal and then put the yellow 3 here. So let's do that. Because I could use the purple and everything else, but I don't want to right now. We'll add 4. And we're at 10. We're almost halfway through this game, and our score to beat right now is 10. 10, y'all. 10. Okay, what are we looking at next? We are looking at a red 2, yellow 2, green 1, purple 6. Okay. That purple 6 is problematic. A little bit. But we can put it up here if we want to. We also have Flux Brush, which will let us re-roll a die. So we could definitely use that. We also have Lathkin, but I don't want to move anything just yet. I don't think that would work. Although I could definitely... I can't even use Lathkin the way that I want to, because I would end up moving the yellow dice, and I don't want to do that. That's not going to help any. I would actually move this 4, but they have to... But using Lathkin requires the same color, so that's not going to help me either. So... just to get rid of the purples. Although the purples right now are actually benefiting me, come to think of it. More than the... Well, let's see. Hold on. We have 6, 8, 10 for purple. And we have 6, 10, 14 for red. If I put this purple 6 here, then that's 6, 8, 10, 16 to 14. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll put that there. And then... we have to figure out what to do with all this mess. I think we can get away with... what can we do? You know what? We can put this yellow 2 right here, because that's going to give us a diagonal. It's not the same in this column. And then we'll just have to add 3 to the round track, which will make it 13. So that works. That totally works. Okay. There we go. Done and dusted. Done and dusted. Alright, so what are we doing? We have a red 6. Great. We want red. Red 4. Yellow 1. Blue 2. That blue 2 is a problem. We're going to have to figure out how to fix it. And we really kind of can't. Unless we move the purple 2 down here, which... we could technically do. We could technically do it because... oh, because we have to move exactly 2 dice. Interesting. But we can do that, though. We have the technology. because we can move this down and then move that over. And then we could put the 2 here instead. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the red 6, put it there. Then I'm going to use Lathkin. Right? I'm going to use Lathkin. Select a die. We're going to take this, move it down here. We're going to take this, move it down there, because we have to move exactly 2. And then we're going to take this 2, plunk it there, because we need to start filling in the 2s. This is done. We have one of these blue taken out. Granted, we're leaving a 4 here, but that's okay, because I'm not worried about it. We're going to add the 4 to the pool. That's 17. We're at round 7, and we're only at 17 to beat. And we have more than 17 on the board at this point. We have a red 1. We have a green 6. We have a blue 5 and a purple 2. Well, we already know that this green 5 is going to nestle itself right here, solidifying the 5 points for this column because it's different color-wise. Boom. Done. Now, the green 6 we could definitely use. We can put it here. We can't put it here or here. We can put it up here, or we can put it in the green spot. And honestly, since this right here can't be a 6 and this can't be a 6, we're going to put it there. We're going to finish off that. We're going to get that green requirement out of the way. And we're going to add 3 points to our total, which is now 20. This is one of the lowest games I've played ever. Ever, y'all. Ever. What's next? We have a red 5, a red 1, a green 6, and a green 5. This could not be better. This works immensely. I'm giddy. I'm absolutely giddy. So what are we going to do? We're going to play the green 5 here. Okay, we're going to play the green 5 there. That's going to solidify this column. It's different color-wise. We're going to get another 5 points. That works. But, and we can do this in a whole bunch of ways. Hi, Ellen. How are you? Come on in. Make yourself at home. We're going to play the red 5 here. That's going to finish off red for these columns, because we're not going to be able to play a red anywhere else. Unless this is a red 1, but I don't want to negate this. But that 5 is going to solve this as well. So this is going to give us another 5 points on top of the diagonal, on top of the red itself. So this was basically a 10-point placement or 11-point placement. We're going to add 7 points to our pool. That's 27 with 2 rounds to go. Alan says, I am in need of caffeine. Well, my pot is always brewing, so grab a cup and help yourself. All right. Next to final round, we have a red 6, a yellow 5, a yellow 1, and a purple 6. Okay, the yellow 1 we're just going to plunk here because we have to, because we need a 1, and this can be any color other than red, purple, or yellow. So this has to be blue or green. Okay, blue or green. We can't place the red 6 anywhere. That's pointless. We can place the yellow 5. We can put the yellow 5 right here, so that's not out of the question. But we still have these 2 6s here. We need to figure out what to do with them. So we can draft a die and re-roll it. If we want to. And I'm afraid to, because if this turns out to be a 4 or a 6, I can't place it, and that would waste it. I'd rather just take the 12, because our total right now is 27. That would make it 39, and that's super low, and we're already well ahead of the game. So I'm going to place the yellow here, and we have 2 spaces left. I'm hoping for a purple or a green. Purple, green here, green here. So, oof, we need purple and green. Or blue. Purple, blue, or green. So, fingers crossed, everybody. Fingers crossed. Alright, so I'm going to add 12 to my total. That's 39. Okay, so no blue. Oof, big oof. But we do have things we can work with. So we're just gonna have to... No, it's fine. We're gonna put the 5 here. That's gonna give us another 5 points here. And also add towards our purple total. That's fine. And then we have a purple 3 and a purple 1. So we can take the purple 3, actually. Yeah, we can take the purple 3 because if we were to use this, we'd have to take whatever die. So... Oh, because this... Oh, that's right, there's a 3 there, so I have to use the 1. So we'll put the 1 here. That's going to give us 1 point for... Or 2 more points for the diagonal, I think. That's going to add 9 points to the total. So we're looking at about 48 points. But the board is full. I think we did really well with this. So let's see what kind of mayhem we unleashed here. Let's see what kind of total we have. 48, that's our total, that's our target. 13 points already. We're off to a really good start. 3, 4. We had 20 points from the column color variety. Good. Red ended up being our color. So we did it. We did it. Serena says, finished coloring my last shark. Nice. And Alan says, feel tired from a day of grandpa duties. Loved all those hours, but he's very active at 10 months old. Yeah, they are very active when they're that little because they have a lot of energy and a teeny weeny body. So they just can go and go and go and go and go. My nieces and my nephew were all like that at that age. They were just very, very active and engaged. But we're going to look at this window for a second. Good job, everybody. Look at what we did. Look at what we did. We crushed it. We demolished it. We did it. We did it. We did it. So, I have a few more games in me if you do. I have a few more games in me if you do. I have maybe 1 or 2. I'm going to take a stretch. I'm going to take a stretch for a minute. He walks and has 4 teeth. Ooh, he is ahead of the game. He's ahead of the game. Give me a minute or 2. I will be right back. I'm going to go take a quick health and safety, stretch my legs for a minute. Hi, Hope. Yes, we're going to do 2 more games. I'm just going to take a health and safety break real fast. So sit tight. We're going to start our next game in 2. Not even 2. I'm back. Thank you all so much. I know it's been very hoppy and boppy today, and I've been bouncing a little bit back and forth, but sometimes that happens, and y'all are the best for sticking around and being patient with me while I, get my act together. So thank you so much. Let's dive into another solo mode game, shall we? Now, I'm going to leave it up to you. Tell me in chat right now, should I go for continue on a very easy solo game? Should I go for an easy game with one less tool? Or should I go back to multiplayer? I'm actually going to make another poll in chat. I like polls. Polls are easy, and they tell me what you want to see, which is so key, because I really want to hear from you. What should I do next? Should I play solo mode on easy? Play solo mode on very easy. Easy. Or play another multi-game. I'm going to leave it up for a minute. Tell me what you want to see. Use your bits, use your coffee points. Kaijo says, if I got Sagrada, would I be able to play around with you? As soon as I figure out how multiplayer works, Joe knows how it works. I don't. So, if I can figure it out, then yeah, absolutely. Thank you, honey. It's good to see you, Hope. How are you doing? Alright, so it looks like it's heavily leaning towards another very easy solo mode game, which is totally cool. I'm totally down for that. Just want to see what you all are thinking. What are you all thinking right now? With about 5 seconds left to vote. 4, 3, 2, 1. Solo mode on very easy. Lady Amelia, putting those channel points to work. Thank you for that. We're going to do that. Exam season at school pretty busy. Hope things are going well for all of you. Things are going really well. Things are going really well, Hope. I'm glad to hear from you, and I hope that your exams are going well. I know that this time of year is really, really, really tough. Really tough. But hang in there, and you'll get through it the best way you can, and you're going to do your best, and remember that your best is good enough. So what boards are we looking at for this next game? I'm going to play maybe 2 more games, and then I have a couple of things I need to do around the house. And I have a meeting at 3 my time. It's almost 1 here. So I figure 2 more games is about another hour. And then that should be good to go. And I appreciate y'all hanging out with me on this gray Sunday. All right, what do we have here? We have 4 new boards to work with as we look at both green and red as our colors of choice. I'm going to set up the normal poll. Which board should I play? Like I said, I love polls, and I love the fact that you all use your points for it. Industria at level 5 difficulty. Bellsguard, which we saw as an option last game. That is level 3 difficulty. Kaleidoscopic Dream, which we haven't seen yet today. That is level 4 difficulty. And then Sun's Glory, which we have seen at points today. That is level 6 difficulty. So go ahead, throw your votes in. Tell me what you want me to play for this solo very easy mode game. We'll go from there. Alright, so it's a tie so far. Oh, Sun's Glory. People want me to go in and get the hard stuff. Hard game, hard game. Sun's Glory with 91% of the vote and almost 30 seconds left. Industria getting a little bit of love, but not too much. Everyone wants to see me work the hardest board. 92% of the vote now. Industria not really standing a chance at this point. Sun Glory does have it in the bag. Sun's Glory with 93% of the vote. Industria started off okay and then quickly petered out. Industria doesn't stand a chance. Sun's Glory is looking like it's going to be in there. 3, 2, 1, and done. Sun's Glory. Level 6 difficulty. Ooh. Kaijo Wolf contributing 2,200 coffee beans to make Sun's Glory happen. Thank you for that, Kaijo. Let's get in there. Here are our 5 tools. We have 2 for purple, 2 for yellow, and 1 for blue. So what are the purple tools? We have Flux Remover, which we have seen before so far this stream. Draft a die, then swap it for a new die from the supply. Choose a value and place the new die, obeying all placement restrictions, or return it to the draft pool. Okay, fair enough. Good stuff, good stuff. Then we have Flux Brush, which we've also seen this stream. Draft a die, then re-roll it. If it cannot be placed, return it to the draft pool. Good stuff, okay. For yellow, we have Lathkin, which we've seen and used. Move exactly 2 dice, obeying all placement restrictions. And Cork-backed Straight Edge, an early game favorite. Draft a die, then place it in a spot that is not adjacent to another die. You must obey all other placement restrictions. Nicely done. Okay, we'll see how that comes into play. I definitely intend on using it because that's a great early game tool, as said. And then finally for blue, we have Eglomi's Brush. We have seen this as well during this stream. Move any 1 die in your window, ignoring color restrictions on your window pattern. You must obey all other placement and adjacency restrictions. So there you go. My public objectives are shade variety, sets of 1 of each value anywhere for 5 points, and then medium shades, sets of 3 and 4 for 2 points per pair. So this is a lower point game, I can tell right now. So we are going to try and focus on getting the greens, the reds, and then working our way out. So first and foremost, we are looking at a yellow 5, a green 4, a green 1, and a purple 1. I think I want to work on the corner and spread out. I'm not confined by colors or value, so I can pretty much go willy-nilly as long as I keep the board values kind of low. There is some green, and I could definitely start down here and put that 4 there and then the 5 here and have the 2 1s. I could totally do that. I could also place the green 1 and the yellow 5, but I think if I were to do that, I would put that up here. Like I would place the green 1 here, the yellow 5 here, so because of the diagonal. Open all this up, keep this viable, and then only add 5 points to the board. I think that's going to be my play, because that's going to open up a lot of stuff. And with whatever I place here, I can start to dive into these restrictions over here. Because I think color restrictions are harder to come by and complete than numerical ones. I could very much be wrong, and I'm not sure. What do you all think? Should I start on this side? Should I start on this side and work my way out with the restrictions around it, or should I work on the top left and work through the color restrictions and then out? What do you all think about that? Excuse me. Because here's another thought that I have. I can place the purple 1 here. Use Cork-backed Straight Edge, because again, it's a great early game. It's a great early game tool. Burn the 5, take the 4, put the 4 maybe up here. Or I could take the green one and put it on the other side, which would also not be a bad idea. And that would leave the 4. That would leave the 4 to go up into the round track. What do y'all think about that? Nam having said Sun's Glory got it in the bag. That they certainly did. They certainly did. Or it certainly did, rather. You know what? I think that's what I'm going to do, because I definitely want to see green on the board, but I also want to get rid of these requirements, because I think we can fiddle with green quite a bit. So let's get that purple done. We'll use Quirked Back Straight Edge, burn the 5, place the 1 over here, call it a round. So now I can work from either side. Now, is that going to hurt me in the end? It probably will. It probably will. It probably wasn't a smart move, but I'm going to take that risk. I'm going to take that risk, add the 4, and then go from there. So what do we have for round 2? Okay, we're not completely stuck. We're not. Because we have a red 4, a red 3, a green 3, and a purple 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the purple 4 down here. That's going to open all this up, and it's going to take care of one of these restrictions. And then we can play the green 3 or the red 3. I would probably play the green 3 because I already have green on the board. So I would play the green 3 here. And then that would be able to do it. And then I would end up adding 7 points to the board, but that's okay. I think that's okay. So we'll play the green 3. Because again, we're not restricted by color. And that's going to give us another 2 points anyway. So we're going to add 7 points to our total. That's 11. 11 for round 2. Alright. So here's round 3. We have a red 3, a red 2, a yellow 1, and a blue 2. Okay. So we definitely need to fill in these yellows. So I think I'm going to put a yellow 1 here, because that's going to open things up this way. And that works. That's going to open us up a little bit further. But then I think I want to start looking at red, because I can look at blue all I like, but I think red and green, and getting as much red and green as possible out there is good. So let's take this 2. Oh, I forgot to hit okay. So here's this red 2. We're going to play that. We're going to play the yellow 1 here. Call that done. Now I could start using tools, but not for that. So that's going to give us 16. What do we have next? We have a blue 2, a green 3, a green 4, and a red 3. Well, so far we've been looking at trying to get requirements out of the way. So this green 4 right here is good stuff. So let's put that to use. We'll do that. And now we need to figure out what we're gonna put next. I want to say that we can take this green 3 right here, because this can't be 3. This isn't a 3. Staris, hi! How's it going? Come on in, make yourself at home. We'll add 5. That's going to be 21. 21, and we're about halfway there, so that's not too bad. We have a red 6, a blue 3, a blue 2, and a blue 1. That's a lot of blue. That's a lot of blue. So let's play the red 6 here. We'll get that out of the way. And I don't know what to do with the blues. I could probably burn this, but I don't need to. I don't need to. Unless I wanted to move the 3 or the 1 somehow, which I can't do anyway. So that's a whatever. Star says, doing good. How about you? I'm great. I got to see some friends that I hadn't seen since 2019 yesterday. And I can't even tell you how much it meant to be able to spend time with them and be with them and just sit and just basically just be. Just be. It meant the world to be able to see them. I'm gonna put this two over here because there's already a 2 here and this is a 5 anyway. So I think that's okay. And we'll leave the 3 in the... Well, I know I should probably have 3s to balance out the 4s, but right now it's just about... It's really just about seeing what is going to work. Because I could definitely put a 3 there. I could. Thank you for the 100 bits! Says, happy for you that you could see your friend again. Yeah, I got to see my friend who, I'm gonna put the 3 there because I want to keep the point values low. I got to see my friend, over the weekend who lives across the country, and I haven't been able to go out and see her, and probably won't this year either. But she came in for, a funeral, and we were there to support her, so we got to spend time with her the night before, and we got to see her afterwards. And then yesterday evening, I spent some time with some really good friends that I hadn't seen in over a year, probably about a year and a half, actually. And so we were able to catch up, and it was just really nice. Most of us are fully vaccinated or close to being fully vaccinated, and I'm fully vaccinated. So I actually felt comfortable in the space. I felt like myself again. And I can't even begin to tell you what that feeling felt like. It was very freeing. It felt normal. It wasn't completely normal. I mean, we had masks and everything, but it felt normal. It was wonderful. I hope that you get your vaccination soon. The first one wasn't so bad. I had just a lot of fatigue. The second one knocked me on my butt, and it was even worse for Manatee. He had the chills, the fever, the nausea. He had the whole 9. I just had the chills and the fatigue and a headache. A headache that I honestly haven't been able to shake because with all the trees blooming and the pollen, it's just been, it's been a mess. But in a good way. I'd rather it be just my allergies, you know? So for round 6, we're looking at a red 5, red 4, yellow 5, purple 4. We want reds and greens. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to play this red 5 over here because we can. And I could definitely get away with playing the yellow 5 in the 5 spot, but I think, and I can get away with the purple 4 too. There's a lot of different possibilities here. A lot of possibilities. I really want to play the red 4 and keep the red momentum going, but I need to fill in these other spaces. And I can use these tools here if I want to. So, because I have Flux Remover, I have Flux Brush, I have Lathe-Gun, which I don't need right now. Lathe-Gun is completely just not going to work for me. So I could take Flux Brush, burn the 4, and re-roll the 5 just to get rid of the 4. But I don't know. I don't think I need it. I think I want to play the yellow 5 over here, as much as I wanted to play the purple 4 as well. I think we're really getting close to finishing some of these requirements. We need to look at 3s and 4s anyway, because we have 3 3s and only 2 4s. So again, I thought maybe playing one of the 4s would be good. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to sacrifice the yellow and play the 4 and get the additional 2 points and put 9 on the board, which is probably not smart, but we'll see how it goes. We're at 33 for round 7, so we're a little bit higher than we were before, but that's not terrible. And we're looking at a purple 6, 2 purple 4s, and a green 3. The green 3 I can only play here, which I can totally do. I could. I also have these tools at my disposal as well. One of the purple 4s I definitely want to play here to get rid of that 4 requirement. But I think what I'm going to end up doing is burning Flux Brush, re-rolling this green 3. As long as it's not a 5, I can place it. So keep your fingers crossed that this green 3 is not going to be a 5. I'm going to burn that, do this, and it became a 5! No! No, 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 no! No, 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 no! 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 You're kidding me! No! No, 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 no! Not cool, bro. Not cool. Oh, that means we're going to lose 3 points. We're at 42. We're at 42. We're going to lose 3 points. I'm so upset right now. Well, let's start getting through some of these points. We're going to get rid of the purple 5 right off the bat. We're going to get rid of the purple 5. We have a red 4 that we can definitely play. We have a blue 5, which we can definitely play. And we have a purple 1, which we can definitely play. Let's plunk the 5 right here. Because we can. Actually, wait. No, because I want red. Because we're at 4... Wait, for green, we have 4, 7, 10, 11. And for red, we have 6, 11, 13. So let's play this. Let's make it 17. That's gonna help. That's gonna counteract stuff. And then 1, 2, 3... Okay, so we have 6 points there. I'm just trying to figure this out because I don't think we're gonna do... I think we're hurting right now. Adding 6, we're at 48, which was our total for last game. Eep. We are, let's see, we have a red 1, a yellow 1, a yellow 6, and a purple 2. Well, we know what we're going to do. We're going to play the yellow 6 right here, and we're going to play the yellow 1 right there, and that's it. And we'll put 3 on the board, because we have to keep those point values low. So now we're going to be at 51. We're going to be at 51, and to keep this all as low as possible, we're going to play whatever we can. We have we have 2 purple 4s and a green 5 and a blue 1. Oof. Well, we're going to get rid of a 5 and one of the 4s. We're going to put the green... hold on. What are you doing? Why won't you... Oh, because there's a green there. So the green I can't play at all. But I can play the 2 purple 4s. I can play 1 purple 4 here and 1 purple 4 here. But I can also use Egglemi's brush if I want to. Hold on, let's take both of these out. We can use Egglemi's brush. We can move something. Not that, though. We can move this 3 down here and get rid of this 1. So we're going to burn the 1, because we can. Let's move this 3. Can we move it? We can move it to here. Actually, no, that wouldn't be good, because if we're going to play the purples, they have to be played here. But I still want to burn this. I still want to burn it. And that has to be a yellow. This has to be a purple. So we can move this down here, play the 2 purples here and here, and just let the 5 go, and that's fine. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to play 1 there. And then we're going to play 1 there. Kaija says, I think I have multiplayer worked out. Okay. And there we go. So we're going to see what happens with this. We're going to see what happens with this. 56 is our target score. I don't think we hit 56. But I think we're going to come close because we tried. No, we didn't come close at all. We totally broke it. We broke it. Okay. Go ahead. I have Steam open. I have Steam open. We can play our last game as a multiplayer game. That's fine. If you can figure it out, if you can figure it out, that's fine. I'll keep an eye out for that. Okay. Send your friend an email invite. Once they've installed the game, you can face off. Yep. Go ahead. My number, my info's right there. I have it posted for you on the bottom. You should be able to find me. Because I have no idea how to set it up otherwise. Let's see if I can do this. I don't know email or friend code, so... Oh, okay, here we go. Friend request. Kaijo Wolf. Nice. I can create the game right now, Kaijo. Let's go. You're in for a treat, everybody. We're gonna do an impromptu game. So Kaijo and I are gonna play. How amazing is this? So which board should I play? Because I always ask you. So we have Firmitas for 5. We're gonna focus on green, don't forget. Suncatcher for 3. Lux Mundi for 6. And then Chromatic Splendor for 4. I'm gonna give you guys a minute. Use your bits. Use your coffee beans. Tell me which board I should play against Kaijo. Because apparently we're gonna play, and that's totally fine. I love an impromptu impromptu match. So tell me what you want me to play. Take a pick. Pick your board. Don't make me choose. There we go. Lux Mundi. Lux Mundi coming out ahead with 30 seconds left. Come on, y'all. Get your votes in. Get your votes in. Lux Mundi is running away with this. Running away. Is that the board you want me to play? If this isn't the board you want me to play, you gotta get your votes in. You've got about maybe 10 seconds left. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's a tie. It's a tie. Lux Mundi and Chromatic Splendor. So we need to break this tie. We need to break this tie. Lux Mundi or Chromatic Splendor. Which board? Round 2. So Lux Mundi. Level 6 difficulty. Or Chromatic Splendor. For level 4 difficulty. And go. Alright. You're getting another minute. You're down to 2 choices because you tied it up at the last minute. Get in there. Which board do you want me to try? Which board do I go after? Now it looks like there are fewer choices, everyone's getting behind. Everyone's on Team Lux Mundi. 100% of the vote. Lux Mundi is just out and about and out there. No chance for Chromatic Splendor at this point unless somebody comes in there with their coffee beans or bits. Chromatic Splendor is getting lost in the dust. They are just getting wrecked. Lux Mundi with 100% of the vote and about 15 seconds left. Lux Mundi, man. That's what I'm going to end up playing. I already know it. Chromatic Splendor fans, get out there. You've got about 10 seconds. Let's go. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Done. Lux Mundi, 100% of the vote. Ask and ye shall receive. Go ahead, Kaijo. Choose your board. Good job, everybody. Good job. We are in for a real treat. Alright, so what are the tools that I'll be using, that Kaijo and I will be using this game? We have Flux Remover. Draft a die, then swap it for a new die from the supply. Choose a value and place the new die, obeying all placement restrictions, or return it to the draft pool. Okay. Tap Wheel. Move up to 2 dice of the same color that match the color of a die on the round track. You must obey all placement restrictions. And then Glazing Hammer, reroll all dice in the draft pool. This may only be used on your second turn before drafting. Okay. Our public objectives: shade variety, sets of 1 of each value anywhere, color diagonals, count of diagonally adjacent same color dice, and deep shades, sets of 5 and 6 anywhere. This is going to be fun. Okay, so I'm starting off. There's a red 6, a yellow 1, a green 6, a blue 1, and a purple 3. Okay. I think I'm going to start up here in this corner and work my way out. I think that'll do. Yes, go. There we go. Alright, looks like Kaijo's going for that red 6. Nope, taking the blue 1. Interesting play. I like it. Or no, going for that 6. And they go twice in a row. So I kind of have a feeling I know what Kaijo's going to take next. The blue 1. Good choice. Very good choice. Leaving me with a yellow 1 and a purple 3. I'm going to take that yellow 1 and I'm going to place it here because I can. It's really the only thing I have. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so now I'm just waiting for Kaijo to take their turn. We have a red 2, yellow 6, yellow 4, blue 4, and purple 6. Kaijo took the blue 4, leaving me with a bunch of stuff that if I'm not careful, I can't use. I can get away with playing the yellow 4. I've kind of put myself in a bit of a pickle, but I'm not too worried because there are things I can do. So I'm going to take the yellow 4 and run. And then I go again. And this is where having the extra favor tokens comes in handy. Because I can reroll all the dice in the draft pool to see if I can use any of them. And I can. I have a yellow 5, a red 5, and a purple 1. I'm going to play the yellow 5 right there to work towards the diagonal and the bonus points here. I have 2 bonus points for that. So I am safe. And now it's Kaijo's turn. Just waiting for Kaijo to take their second turn. They have the red 5 and the purple 1 to work with. There are some options, so that's good. Short Zelda, hello. Raiding with a party of 26. Hi. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome on in. Welcome on in, Raiders. I'm NJ. Coming to you from the great state of New Jersey, and on Sundays we play Sagrada, which is a dice placement game. Soho Night Sky, Burke 615, the one, the only, the Jez, and Cupcake Kitty 15. Thank you all for the follows. So good to have you. Welcome on in. How's everybody doing? How was your stream? Short Zelda says, hi there! I finally get an opportunity to raid. You have been suggested to me multiple times. Yes, I hear that you and Sassy Rogue are good friends. And Sassy's a really good friend of mine. We call ourselves streaming sisters because we started streaming on the same exact day. Now, peeps, go ahead and give Short Zelda a follow over here. You were playing... Oh, you're playing Minecraft. Okay. Ooh, and we hit 1,800 followers. Nice. GG, everybody. Yeah, so yeah, Sassy and I, we met through Stress Monsters community. And just kind of grew today. We're on a hardcore server today. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm hopefully going to do a UHC again, either in May or July. I just don't know which one yet. But yeah, this is Sagrada, everybody. This is a dice game that's based or inspired by a real life, a real basilica in Spain called the Sagrada Familia. And I'm playing with one of my regulars, one of my regular people in my Discord, Kaijo Wolf, and they have the game. And so we decided to throw in a multiplayer game as our last game of the afternoon. I can walk you through how this game works. It's actually pretty simple to learn, and stuff like that. Oh goodness, it's so good to have everybody here. Welcome on in. Also, if you notice on the top left-hand corner, all month I've been fundraising for Feeding America as part of the Let Us Fight Hunger Challenge. I'm on their team feed, and I'm trying to get to 2,500 so that I can play Phasmophobia for my community, because they want to see me scared half to death. So if you hit ! lettuce, that'll give you the donation link. No pressure, just letting you know it's there. So this game right now, I'm trying to place these dice, and I'm going to walk you through the board real quick. Kaijo, I'm pretty sure you're listening, and that's fine. This is an electronic version of the board game, yes. It's available on Steam and on mobile, apparently. It's on mobile as well. I just downloaded the mobile game the other day. I absolutely love it. This is one of my, besides Pandemic, this is one of my favorite board games of all time. I will play this every single time it hits the table. And I've played this with my husband. I've played this with Joe and Badger and a bunch of other people. I love this game so much. But basically, you're trying to create stained glass windows using these dice. And this is, the turn order is at the top, and the round track is right here in this top part. Burke says, my board game group has played this a bunch. Oh, nice. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. The round track there are 10 rounds in, there are 10 rounds each game, and at the end of each round, any leftover dice are put into the round track to signify the end of the round and continue the next one. But it's also there because there are tools that players can use. There are some that use the round track to be able to function. So that's why it's set up like that. I have a private objective, which is in this left corner here, where I have to look for this specific color die. And whatever the total amount is of those dice, that gets added as bonus points at the end of the game. Kaijo and I have 3 public objectives we have to look for. So the first is shade variety, sets of 1 of each value anywhere, so 1 through 6. Then we have diagonals. As you can see, I've already started a diagonal over this way, but that is count of diagonally adjacent same color dice. So right now I've got about 3 points right there. And then I also have to keep a lookout for an objective called deep shades, where it's sets of 5 and 6 anywhere. So I right now have 2 points because I have a 5 and a 6 on the board. The draft pool is down here underneath my handle, and that's right now a yellow 2, a green 2, a purple 5, or 2 purple 5s rather, and a purple 4. And then down here are the various tools that we get to work with using favor tokens that are right here in the top left-hand corner. They pay for the tools to use. It's 1 point per tool for the first use, and then 2 favor tokens for every use after that. We have flux remover, so choose a die or draft a die, then swap it for a new die, set a value for it, and place it, obeying all placement restrictions, or return it to the pool. We have tap wheel, which is a tool that uses the round track. It says move up to 2 dice of the same color that match the color of a die on the round track. You must obey all placement restrictions. I'll explain that in just a second. And then there's glazing hammer, which is re-roll all the dice in the draft pool. This may only be used on your second turn before drafting. Now, there are 3 types of restrictions when you're placing your dice on the board. There's a color restriction, there's a value or numerical restriction, and there's an adjacency restriction. So my board is at the hardest difficulty, so it's littered with different restrictions. So right here, this green, I can only place a green die in that space, unless there's a tool that'll allow me to not do that, but I have to put that color in that spot. Likewise, I have a 4 right here. I can only put a 4 in that space. And then with the adjacency, you'll see that all my yellow dice are diagonal. My green dice will be diagonal. And that's because I can't place a color next to the same color, and I can't place a number next to the same number. So I can't place a 4 next to a 4. I can't place a green next to a green. And for example, if I place let's say I place a blue 2 right here, I wouldn't be able to play a blue next to it because it's the same color. Likewise, if I placed the blue 2 here, I wouldn't be able to place a 2 next to it because of the adjacency restriction. Right now, though, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this green 2 in this spot. It's going to give me a point for the diagonal objective, but it's also going to give me 2 points for my private objective, which is now not so private, but that's okay. So I'm going to take my turn, and Kaijo's going to go. Turn movement is in a snake-like pattern, so it goes, because this is up to a 4-player game, so it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, or in our case, 1, 2, 2, 1. So Kaijo gets to take both of their turns concurrent. So I just have to wait for them to place their dice. I hope that answered everything. Anybody have any questions? And Burke, I'm assuming you've played this before, since you said your board game group has played this a bunch. What do you think about it? Okay, looks like that purple 5 is going to disappear. Complicated? It seems complicated, but once you get the hang of it all, it's a lot of fun, because it is a very thinky game, because you have to kind of keep in mind where to put things. And these objectives are actually easier than some of the other objectives we've seen earlier in the stream, because there are color and numerical focused objectives where you can only have you have to make the numbers in the row different. You have to make the columns a different color from all the way down. So it keeps it challenging. You have played, you remember really enjoying it, but haven't met since the before times. Yeah, I get that. We have a gaming group, my husband and I. We have a gaming group that we meet with every month, and we have not met since, I want to say, January of 2020. And we haven't seen each other physically since January or February of 2020. Let's see, I have a yellow 2 and a purple 5. I think I'm going to play the yellow 2 here and keep the diagonals going. Because I could get rid of that purple 5 and put it here, but I really like the aesthetic that I'm going on with this, and I'm not restricted by color. And keeping the diagonals, I think, is going to be helpful. So I'm going to do that. Lady Amelia says, I'm going to get this game for myself for Mother's Day. Excellent. I'm so glad. Yeah, a lot of you have said that you want to pick up the digital version. And I mentioned this before, but I've actually talked to Floodgate Games about if they had an affiliate program or anything, and they don't. And that's okay, because I don't mind telling people about the game. I really don't. They told me to look on Amazon. So I'm actually considering looking at whatever it is that Amazon does, even though I'm not sure. I might. Who knows? All right, let's see. What was I left with? A red 5, a red 1, a yellow 6, and a blue 4. Interesting. Okay. Well, we can do a lot here with my 2 turns. Yeah, I'm thinking the blue 4, definitely. I'm definitely considering the blue 4. I think the blue 4 here, and then let me show the yellow 6, dang it. Let me show the yellow 6. So the blue 4 will go here, the yellow 6 can go here. We can continue this, we possibly can continue this yellow streak going down and just kind of dance around it and only have these 2 colors. But getting these restrictions filled in is so important. So that's going to be huge right there. Although knowing that I'm going to need 3 blues is a little disconcerting, not going to lie. But we shall see. All right, so let's see. Oh, looks like there's going to be a tool in play. Yep, there's a tool in play. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, okay, so the red 1 goes to the round track. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. Okay, so we have here a yellow 1, a green 3 and 2, a purple 5, and a purple 2. Okay, so that's gonna be interesting, but not terrible. I think I want to finish off the green restrictions here. So let's get a 3 in there, because we do need a 3. We do have the we do have this variety that we have to work on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to get 5 points at least once, which is good. Which is good. So we'll put... Actually, wait, hold on. We almost made a boo-boo there. We almost made a boo-boo there. We almost made a boo-boo. So let's put the 3 there. Now I just have to wait. Okay, so I was left with the yellow 1 and the green 2. Very, very, very good. And we're going to put that green 2 there. See, I almost made the mistake before that if I had placed the green 2 there, this would have made the spot above it completely moot, and that would have been painful. Now, and there's no green in the round track, so I would have been stuck. I wouldn't have been able to do anything with it. So we're going to let that 1 go. And we've added 5 points to our green total, which is ideal. Alright, so I'm just waiting for Kaijo to take their turn. Okay, so I actually need to go into Streamlabs and fix that. Because there should not be 2 back-to-back things there. Do. There we go. That works. Fix that. Alright, there we go. That's all fixed. Okay. Just waiting for Kaijo to take their turn. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a yellow 5. Perfect. Yellow 1, blue 1, purple 2. Okay, so automatically we want to get that yellow 5. Because we want to keep that flow going, that diagonal flow going. So we're going to do that. But then we're also going to take a swerve. Kaijo says, my PC crashed. Might be a sec before I'm back in the game. Oof. Okay. You know what? That's okay, Kaijo. Get yourself set back up. Get yourself set back up. It's your turn anyway. So we're gonna keep an eye on my board. We're gonna wait for you. Get set back up. So while Kaijo gets himself reconfigured, there are a bunch of you in the chat right now that are completely new, and I would love to have you get to know me better since this is your first stream with me. So if we can do, let's do an impromptu AMA. Well, ask me almost anything. But yeah, it's good to have you, and feel free to ask any questions or anything while we wait for Kaijo to come back. And this goes for people who are regulars in my chat too. Might as well. Let's have a little fun. Because I can't really, there's not much I can do until Kaijo comes back. But I guess I can start with, telling you a little bit about myself, I guess. I started streaming. Oh, Cupcake says, what is my main stream game? My main stream game is Minecraft. My husband's been playing it since, I think, like, alpha. And I wasn't really into it too much when it first came out. It wasn't that big of a thing. At least to me. Oh, you're just throwing the questions. I love this. Okay, so we're going into rapid fire mode. I like it. Okay, Kaijo, take your turn whenever you're ready. Okay, so let's answer the simple questions first, and then I'll get to the more, what's the word I'm looking for? The more in-depth questions. So Hope says, what is your favorite place or thing to do in New Jersey? I love going down the shore. I did not grow up near a beach. I grew up near a river, but not a beach. So being able to go to places like Seaside Heights or Spring Lake or Wildwood or Sandy Hook, we have some of the best beaches, in my opinion, in the country. And I absolutely love going down there, going to the boardwalk, smelling the water, that kind of stuff. I also love diner hopping because I love food. And we have the best diner in the country in New Jersey. It's called Top's Diner. It's in East Newark. And it has some of the best food out there. It's a little pricey, but it is New Jersey. But the quality you get is totally worth it. And I'm not afraid to like throw them a shout because they're that good. I also volunteer with a fraternity. And yes, I am a woman and I belong to a fraternity. It's co-ed. And so my husband and I, we volunteer and we go, we've traveled to different campuses, not just in New Jersey, but we travel to different campuses everywhere. And we help the students with leadership development. We teach them about things, we mentor them. And it's actually really cool because we get to see their evolution into who they want to be as a person and as a productive member of society, which is awesome. Lady Amelia asks, have you heard of Dadcraft? I have heard of Dadcraft. I have raided him a couple of times. He plays on Truly Bedrock with one of my mods, Liara, who I also mod for when I'm awake. She's one of my really good friends. And I adore her to pieces. She's just the best. In fact, I'm going to give her a quick shout out as well. She's probably sleeping right now, but that's okay. But yeah, go check her out because she plays on the same server with Dadcraft and Zloy and a whole bunch of others. In fact, they're doing a stream weekend right now. Actually, I think. She's usually on later though. Why did I start streaming? Asks Burke615. I started streaming after my mom passed away. My mom passed away in August of 2019. And I started because Joe Hills kind of dared me to. I'm assuming you all know who Joe is. He's on the Hermitcraft server with Stress. And I will get into that a little bit more. I want to take my turn, so Kaijo's not waiting. Let's see. I have a red 5, red 1, yellow 3, yellow 1, green 6. I really want that green 6, but I'm not going to get it right now. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to play this yellow 3 right here in the yellow spot, or in this spot, and keep that diagonal flow going. And I feel like I'm going to end up cutting it off at the knees, but that's okay. So I'm going to take my turn, see what Kaijo does, and then go from there. But yeah, so what happened was with that, I had met Joe with Manatee. We went to a convention called Too Many Games down near Philly. And we were going because, and this ties into what my main streaming game is. So I'm kind of answering both questions at the same time. We went down to this convention because over the last, I want to say like 2016, 17, Manatee got me into Minecraft because he would want to come home, and we have a Fire Stick so we can have YouTube on it, and he would want to watch Minecraft videos, so Mumbo Jumbo, and that's how he found Hermitcraft. We started watching Naked and Scared, with Impulse and Skiz, and just really just kind of got into that from there. We watched Jevin because he loves to mine, and I thought that was so relaxing and stuff like that. So all these different things, but Manatee really loves Wells Knight's build style, and so we would watch Wells Knight, and we found out that Wells and Python and Joe were going to be down at this convention, and we went, oh my gosh, we can go meet them. How cool would that be? That would be amazing. Like, yes, please, let's go do it. And so we, I'm skipping the yellow one and taking the red one, by the way, because I want to fill that red requirement. So there's that. So we ended up going down there, and it was your typical convention. It was in this big convention center that had no air conditioning in the middle of June. It was hot as hell. And we ended up going to their little area. They had a table with a little black and white sign that said Hermitcraft on it. And the three of them were just kind of standing there chatting with people. We were able to chat with them for a half hour before their panel, because we had gone down there specifically for their panel. We went down there for their panel. And then we talked to them for a half hour before. We went to their panel. We talked to them for a half hour after that. And we met the three of them. We met Wells' wife, because she was there, Mrs. Wells, who's the loveliest person on the planet. I'm just going to throw that out there. She's wonderful. I adore her. She's so kind. But we got to know Joe a little bit better as we were talking. And he said, oh, well, I'm going to be at this convention later this year called PAX Unplugged. Are you guys going to go? And we said, well, yeah, because we volunteer for one of the sponsors. And we still do to this day. We're playtesters for them. And we judge tournaments and stuff. And we said, oh, well, you know, we'll definitely be there. You know what? I think I'm going to place this green here because I want the 2 extra points. And I'm going to let Kaijo figure out what to do with that red that he can't, because he can't use either one now. Sorry, Kaijo. But yeah, so we ended up getting together at PAX Unplugged, and we hung out the Friday and we hung out Saturday. We had dinner with him Saturday. We got to chatting with him a little bit more. And then, and that was that. I ended up joining his Patreon community and his Discord community and stuff like that. And then, oh, it's she, they. I've been using they. So I've been using they for you, Kaijo. Did I accidentally did I use the wrong pronoun? If I did, sorry. I've been trying to use they. But so, thank you. But yeah, so there was one night and we were watching Joe's stream and he said, I accidentally used it. Oh, sorry. Trying to be better. Thank you for letting me know. So one night we were watching Joe's stream and he said to us, hey, NJ and Manatee, do either of you stream? And we said no. And he said, you should. I think you'd be really good at it. And I laughed it off. I was like, no. And then a couple of weeks later, we were watching a different stream of his and he said, hey, NJ, are you streaming yet? We're waiting for you. We want you to do it. You should do it. Go do it. And I was like, okay, he's pressuring me to a little bit. He's egging me on. He's daring me. And I never back down from a dare. So I spent about a month looking into it. Because I have radio experience. I worked for a radio station in college. Not a professional one, like the college radio station. That is as close to professional as you can get without it being professional, but still. And I missed it. I didn't realize I missed it till I started streaming. And I started streaming, and I started in October of 2019. And my first 2 streams are not on my YouTube channel, because I did not know that Twitch doesn't automatically save them for processing later, because that's a derp on me. But my 3rd one is, and that was the first time Joe popped into it, and I screamed a little bit inside because he startled me. He scared me half to death. And because I was in the middle of something. I was really deeply into it, and he pops in and he startled me, and he's just like, oh, he says to me later, he said, do you want me to watch your streams? Because you seemed really out of it. I said, I was deep in thought, and you just scared the pants off me. And it was because, oh my gosh, he's being supportive. And I thought that was really sweet. And so, it just kind of went from there. And, I realized that it's been greatly beneficial for, my mental health. It is my self-care. My husband is amazing in letting me do this because I've been locked in. I locked myself in the office for about 3 hours so far, give or take. And he doesn't mind because he knows how much I love this, and he knows how much I enjoy it. And he knows that it's been beneficial to me, so that I can take care of myself. It's giving me an outlet, that I don't really have. like giving me access to the outside world. I'm only now just starting to see friends again for the first time in over a year. And I haven't really been able to do that. But streaming's been able to help me with that. And he thinks I do a really good job with it too. He wants me I told him that I've thought about going full-time and trying to become a Twitch partner and all this other stuff. And he's 100% behind me because he knows how much I enjoy it. He knows how much I love it. And he just wants to see me, succeed. And I am very blessed for that. He is a very patient man, let me tell you. All right, so we're going to take both of these 5s. And boop. Zelda says, listening to your streaming story is so awesome. It reminds me of my journey and how Hermitcraft got me out of a dark place. Yeah, I mean, I can't even tell you what it's meant to have support like that and to have this community that I'm building. Because I wasn't sure. I was very unsure of myself. And the longer I stream, the more comfortable I am with it. Even though I've had that experience, I deeply tapped into it. And it's provided me connections with people and opportunities that I didn't think possible. Like, for example, I now am a moderator for Skiz, who a few years ago, I was just watching him play Naked and Scared and, being his silly self. And when he switched over from Mixer to Twitch, one point, that was extremely close. It was. Do you want to go again? I can go one more. Nicely done. Good job, Kaijo. You want to go again? Because I have nowhere to be till 3 o'clock, so I can do one more game. Because we have all these friends here, and I want to keep chatting with them. And I want to keep chatting with all of you, too. I'm having way too much fun. One more game. One more game. One more game. Not today, but maybe next week. Yes. Wait, what's next week? Let me pull up my calendar. Because I need my calendar to figure out what I'm doing. Because this past month, right? This past month has been absolutely banana pants. I had 4 different presentations I had to prep over the course of 3 weeks. And holy moly, that was rough. Let me tell you. Because 2 of them I had to write from scratch on the fly the day of. Because of one reason or another. But it was just like, oof, mega oof. Mega oof. But yeah, the day that Skiz made me a mod, I didn't even know that he did. He did it while I was heading home from work, and I had no access to the stream. So I was like, okay. I got home. I hop on my laptop, because I keep my laptop in the living room, which is actually where I used to stream from. The first, 8 months, I streamed from the laptop, oddly enough, until I could save up for a proper desktop. And I came back home, I turned on the stream, and I saw that I had the green sword, and I'm like, what did you do? I'm like, you don't know me from a hole in the wall, and you're giving me mod powers? What? So I private messaged him. I'm like, are you sure about this? I was flabbergasted. I was flabbergasted. I didn't know what to say. I was completely floored. But no, I've been his mod ever since, and now I help him. I'm an admin for one of his things, and it's an absolute delight. But, it's also given me other opportunities. Right now I belong to a group, and I've mentioned this earlier. Okay, hold on. I gotta back up a little bit. So being a streamer has not only allowed me to fulfill a long time dream I had of being someone who is a charity streamer. I stream for charity. I mean, I'm doing it right now, more or less. Burke says, Corgi had much the same story. She got on a Cub stream one day and just had the sword. Yeah, Cub is wholesome too. I love Cub. Cub's hilarious. He and Joe have this amazing, like, friendship that's just next level. And also Joe and Zombie Cleo, they're hilarious together. I think they're wonderful. But yeah. I haven't seen Mother of Corgis lately. I gotta go poke her and see how she's doing. But yeah, so, actually, Joe's introduced me to so many different people. He introduced me to these people at PAX, and one of them is named Postability. And he and another person, we all met at PAX Unplugged, because we're all like D&Ders and stuff. Well, they're more D&Ders than I am, but they're wonderful. And so Pasta and his friend, who's become my friend, her name is McBoots, or their name is McBoots. They started a group with us called Draw for Charity. And we're this group, we're hoping to continue building it, and we are, that does fundraising, mainly for Child's Play. We have one big event every year, and this year it's going to be in July. Last year it was over Memorial Day weekend. It's a 48-hour charity stream, and we raise money for Child's Play. This year it's going to be July 9th to the 11th. And I'm actually going to do a shout out for it in the chat, because I would love to see all of you there for it. We're going to be playing Among Us. We're going to be doing D&D. We're going to be playing I think we're going to have a little Minecraft in there. There's going to be a whole bunch of variety for this event, and we're still in the planning stages of it, but it's wonderful. And so, I'm part of this group. I'm part of this group that's doing this much good. And on top of the charity events that I did, I think 5 or 6 events last year, and I raised over $10,000 for charities. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that because I didn't ever think that I would be able to do that. And streaming's provided this opportunity, especially, in sweeping gesture. I can't do the normal volunteering that I do. Neither can Manatee. We would travel to all these different campuses, and we would, sit with our students and be in the space with them and just listen and have them learn from us and stuff like that. And everything we've had to do since then has been virtual. We're not allowed to set foot on campuses as volunteers. We have a directive from our national board that says do not step foot on campuses because it's not safe for you to do so. I mean, yeah, we were at a campus yesterday, but that was for a funeral. That was completely different. And there weren't a lot of people around, but this was different. It's different now. And so everything's virtual. So there's a massive disconnect, and not having that in-person connection can really affect you. And so being able to do this kind of stuff and being able to find outlets to give back, has helped offset a lot of that, for lack of a better word, emptiness that I felt, in terms of feeling that I couldn't be out there, because I'm driven by wanting to help people. I'm driven by wanting to be of service. It's the oath that I took. I just celebrated 23 years of brotherhood this past week, and more than half my life I've been a part of this organization, and all I want to keep doing is giving back and giving back and giving back. And so having this opportunity and having all of you here with me today, it means the world. Even if you're here for the first time, it means the world to have you here, because, I'm reaching out to you, and I'm trying to do my part to make the world a little bit better. Even if it means you laugh at me, it's fine, because I'm laughing with you. Because that's half the fun. You're here. The channel's motto is you're here to have fun at my expense. And as long as you're having fun, and if we do a lot of good while we're doing it, then life is beautiful. Serena says, speaking as a student, the lack of in-person connections has definitely been a struggle. Glad there's lovely people like you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So we're going to get one more multiplayer game in, because I want all of you new friends here to see the game in action as a multiplayer game. We're going to be looking for shades of purple. We're going to be looking for purple this time. We were looking for green last time. We're looking for purple now. And for every game, like I did before, I always want you to pick except for the first game, because people, they're waking up, they're grabbing their coffee, that stuff. So I always pick the board first. And for the first game, but I'm gonna let you all pick this next one. So we are looking at 4 different boards here, and they range in difficulty from 3 to 6. So right now we have Comatas, which is a level 5 difficulty. Luz Celestial. Let's see if I can spell Celestial right. That would be great. For 3. Then we have Kaleidoscopic Dream for 4. And then Lux Mundi for 6. So I've played Lux Mundi before, but that's okay. You can use your bits or your coffee beans. Those are the channel points here to add to your vote. So pick which board you would like to play, and by all means, keep the questions coming. I love being able to converse with all of you, and I would love to have you continue to get to know me better, and I'd love to get to know all of you better. I welcome all of you in. Lady Amelia says, my husband is a Cubs fan, I'm a Cards fan. So let me drop this on you as baseball fans. Let me drop this on you for a minute. I grew up in a household where my mom and I were Mets fans, and my aunt is still a Mets fan to this day, oddly enough. But my mom and I were Mets fans. My dad grew up near Philly, so he's a Phillies fan, or he was a Phillies fan. And it looks like Luz Celestial is going to come out on top with 63% of the vote. And 3, 2, 1. Luz Celestial, Lady Amelia throwing those channel points in to secure the victory. GG, everybody. We are going to play Luz Celestial. And I'll talk about the tools in a second. But yeah, so this was how it was. My mom and I were Mets fans. My dad was a Phillies fan. My brother is a Yankees fan. No one knows how that happened. No one knows why. No one knows why. But it just happened that way. It just happened that way. So, okay, we're playing Luz Celestial, and we have 3 different tools to work with in this multiplayer game. This is going to be the last game of the stream, because I have a meeting at 3, and I have some other stuff I have to take care of. But I appreciate all of you sticking around. First off is Lens Cutter. It is quite amusing, Serena. It is. Lens Cutter. Draft a die, then swap it with a die from the round track. So this is the tool that I had been hoping for all day, and it finally shows up in the last game, because of course it does. Then there's Tap Wheel, which also utilizes the round track. It says move up to 2 dice of the same color that match the color of a die on the round track. You must obey all placement restrictions. Burke says, oof, as a Red Sox fan, I would say something, but I don't want to break the chat rules. Well, as a Mets fan, you could probably say just about anything, and I would be okay with it, because we're used to being terrible, except for DeGrom, who I feel bad for. So feel free. I totally get it. And then Grozing Pliers. Draft a die, then increase or decrease its value by 1. Yep, that's fine. 1 may not change to 6, 6 to 1. Cupcake Kitty says, sounds like my family. Mom, Dad, and I are Redskins fans, and little bro one day decided he was a Dallas fan. Kitty go Burr. Oh yeah. My brother doesn't mind. He's fine with it. He's been a Yankees fan for years. Although he doesn't really watch baseball as much anymore, because he's working all the time. Neither of us really do, because we're always busy. But yeah, it's fine. It's fine. All right, so what are our public objectives? We are looking at color variety, which is sets of 1 of each color anywhere for 4 points. We have shade variety, sets of 1 of each value anywhere for 5 points. So that's going to be interesting. And then medium shades, sets of 3 and 4 anywhere for 2 points. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Now, we only have 3 favor tokens to work with, so this is going to be a little bit tough. But maybe if we're lucky, we won't need to use any tools. Lady Amelia says we have not watched baseball since COVID. Yeah, same. I haven't really watched it. I I've been either streaming or other stuff. You know, once a week I have my calls with Joe because I'm his project manager. So there's that. And, you know, I have other stuff going on. Hi, Nightshade. This is my last game, and it's probably going to last about, maybe about 20 minutes to a half hour. But yeah, I'm still around. Burke says, we have very dear friends in New Jersey. Their kids are older than ours, so we got a lot of hand-me-downs from them. One day I got home to find my dear infant daughter in a Yankees onesie. That was the first and last time either of my kids had that logo on them. Ah, okay, I see. Yeah, it's weird because we have friends who are from New Jersey and Pennsy, and they're Red Sox fans, and we're just kind of scratching our heads like, okay, why? But it's fine. But the funny thing is that my best friend is a diehard Yankees fan. Once she got into baseball, she fell in love with the Yankees. Short Zelda says, I gotta go. It was great to meet you and get to know you a little bit about you. Enjoy the rest of your day. You too, Short Zelda. Thank you so much for bringing your community in and trusting them with me. It means a lot, and I'm so glad that you finally got to raid. I hope to do the same for you one of these days. Have a wonderful Sunday. Thanks much. But yeah, so it's funny because my best friend's the Yankees fan. My other friends are Red Sox fans. So we sometimes if we were at a barbecue or something together and the game was on, you know, we'd sit and watch the game. If it was like, especially if it was at night, we would like hang out in the living room and watch it. And just hearing them go at it, or on Facebook, they'll ping each other back and forth about the game that's going on. And if the Yankees win, it's like, woohoo, you know, my best friend's like all like jumping up and down and excited. And if the Red Sox win, my other friend's like, yay. And so I'm just sitting there as a Mets fan. I'm just laughing in Mets fan. Or if the Mets play the Yankees, usually the Yankees will trounce the Mets. And so she'll say, yeah, hey, we won. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. And I'll just like sip my coffee and just sit there and just revel in her joy. Even if it means the Mets lose, I love seeing my friend happy. It warms my heart. It really does. I love my friend so much. Oh, goodness. Okay. Too funny. Too funny. Okay, so where were we? We were looking at this board. We have a red 2. To start off, we have a red 2, 2 yellow 2s, a green 5, a blue 6, a blue 5, a blue 2, a purple 3, and a purple 2. Interesting. Well, we definitely want to get some purple on the board, and I think this 3 is going to nestle in nicely in between the 6 and 4, and I think we're going to start there. So let's start there. We're going to let everybody take their turns. Now I go first, and since this is a snake-like order, I take the last turn of the round. So I'm waiting to see what comes back. Okay, so I am looking at a yellow 2 and a blue 2. Okay. So I think what I want to do is get away from kind of trapping myself into this space. So I'm going to take this blue 2 and put it right here. That's going to open all of this up around the 2. And it should allow me expansion this way. And if I find myself having to go back over this way, that's also okay. It just widens the options a little bit. So we'll see what round 2 does. Okay, I heard a ping. Internal Exhaust, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in, make yourself at home. We are playing Sagrada and we are just straight chilling. We're just relaxing right now. Alright, so let's see. What do we have here? I go fourth now, so I take both my turns in a row. 2 yellow 2s, a green 1, a blue 6, a blue 4, and a blue 1. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna chuckle at the fact that the 6 and the 4 are both blue. And the yellow is a 2. I'm howling over that right now. That is too dang funny. I think what I want to do, though... what do I want to do? That's a good question. I can't place the blue 4 here because that's going to negate this, and that's going to be a big problem. And there's no purple here, so I can't really add any bonus points. So, and I can't put the yellow 2s here either, so that's annoying. That's really annoying. What I can kind of do, though... what can I do? I really want to use this 4, but I kind of can't. But I kind of can. Because I don't want to use any favor tokens. It's too early. It's way too early for that. So why don't we take this... Why don't we take this... Why don't we take this green... No. Hold on. We need colors, and we only have purple and blue. So let's look at green and yellow. Why don't we take the yellow 1... and put it up here, because again, that's going to help us in 2 ways. It's going to help us with both the shade variety, because we need 1 through 6, and it's going to help us with the color variety, because we need all 5 colors. And if either of the yellow 2s come back to us, which they will, because it's now, again, my turn, what I can do is place that there, and that's fine. That's going to open up all of this. Because I can't put it here or here because of this and this. Because of the adjacency restrictions. We're just going to have to go from there and spread ourselves out just a little bit. So let's see what happens with that. Okay. So what do we have? What are we working with now? I go 3rd this round, so after Alfonso takes his 2 turns, I'll be able to go after that. So I know that I'm only going to lose two dice from this. Let's see. We have a red 6, a red 1, a yellow 1, a green 5, a green 2, a blue 6, and a blue 5. Okay. How do we make this work? Well, the 6 we could easily place in the 6th spot or the red. The 6th spot or the red. So that's possibilities. The red 1 I can't place here, unfortunately. That's not going to work. The green 5 I also can't place here or here because of that differential. The blue 5 I could place here. I could do that. Which I might later on, or I could place the 6 there as well. But again, I want purple and I can't find purple, so that's a little disconcerting. And I have a feeling I'm going to be seeing a lot of 6s over the next couple of rounds, so I'm not worried about the 6. What I think I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to place the red 6 up here to kind of finish this off. See what Alfonso takes. Okay, they took the red and the green. They took the red and the blue. Okay, the red 1 and the blue 5. And left me with the yellow 1, a green 5, a green 2, and a blue 6. Well, we do need to differentiate our numbers here. There are 5 colors in the game. There's red, blue, yellow, purple, and green. So we have all 5 colors right here. So we already have 4 points just for that. This yellow 1, I think I'm going to plunk here. Because we don't have a 4. We have a 5, which I could play. I could play it right here if I wanted to. But I think I'll wait till next round. Because once there's a 5 and a 4, then we'll get 5 points for the shade variety. But I want to make sure the restrictions are good to go. I want to make sure the restrictions are good to go. Okay, so where are we heading now? We have a red 5. Okay, sure. We have a red 1, a blue 6, a two blue 5s, actually, 2 purple 6s, and a purple 3. Well, that 6 is not going to get... That 6 right here underneath the purple 3 is not going to get filled this round. And I'm laughing because I should have known that's exactly what would have happened. Go figure. I'm howling over that. That's funny. So, what are we going to do? We want these purples. We want these 6s. We want them, and we want them now. So I think what I want to do is play 1 purple 6 here, because that's going to give us 6 points. And then I think the next turn I get, if the purple 6 comes back, then I'm going to put it right down here next to the 2. If not, then I'll figure something else out. I might put the purple 3 over here, if possible. If the 5 comes back, if the blue 5 comes back, I'm going to put it next to the red 6. So there are possibilities. I have to wait my turn, and I don't know what's going to end up coming back. Okay, so all the blue stuff came back. That's fine. That works. Why don't we take the blue 5, put it here. Now all we need really is a 4, and then we'll get 5 bonus points for the shade variety. And we'll get another 2 points for the medium shades pair. That's fine. That works for me. That works for me. And of course, by all means, keep those questions coming. If you're not sure about something in the game, or you just want to ask me something in general, then by all means, throw it in the chat while I figure out what my next move is going to be. Okay, what do we have here? We have a red 5 and 4. We have a yellow 6, 2 5s and a 4, a green 6, a blue 3, and a purple 5. That's a lot. Okay, that's a lot of good stuff right here. We have possibilities left, right, and center. But I definitely want to take advantage of that purple being here and plunking that right in that spot. That was perfect. I could not be more happy about that. Okay, so both yellow 5s came back, which is interesting. Both yellow 5s came back. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. What we can do then is take that one of those yellow 5s and plunk it in the corner, because it's not really bothering anybody. But I am getting worried about the lack of 4s. We're going to have to start seeing some 4s and getting some 4s in there. And I am worried about the 6s being purple and blue. And there are no 6s this round. Okay. Okay, we're in round 6 and there are no 6s. That's kind of disappointing, not gonna lie. Alright, what do we have here? We have a yellow 3, a red 5, 2 red 4s, and a red 2, and a green 5. Well, that green 5 is just gonna sit there and like it because I can't put it in the green spot because it's surrounded by 5s. So that's not gonna help me any. The first thing I'm gonna do is take that 4 spot and fill it in, because I can. So that's fine. Hi, Zero. Popping in to say hi and see how my donations were going. I am still at $635 out of $2,500. If we hit 1,000, then I'm going to have an 8-hour stream as opposed to a 6-hour stream. The date and time of that special stream is TBD. So the way the milestones work for it, since you were asking about it, Zero, and I appreciate you popping in and asking. I hit 500. For every 500, it's going to affect a special stream. So the first 500 was to make it a baseline of 6 hours. And then for every 500 after that, up to 2,000, it's going to tack on 2 hours for me. So it'll be upwards of a 12-hour stream if we hit 2,000. At 2,500, I will play Phasmophobia on stream and have the pants scared off of me. I'm not a fan of horror games, but this seems to be a very popular game, and a lot of my friends want me to play it, and I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can turn this into a good thing and encourage people to donate, because I'm assuming people are going to want to hear me scream in the style of Skiz, because Skiz screams all the time when playing this game. I have to keep my headphones around my neck because he screams so loud when I'm modding for him. When he plays this, he's like, ah! And it's just the loudest thing ever, and it's hilarious. And I want to be able to have everyone have that experience with me as well. So that's why I'm like, get out there and do it. To add to it, a friend of mine gave me the game anyway. But I won't play it with them until after this event is over, because I really want to hit that 2,500. Also note that every donation that is made up to $2,500 will be matched by a member of my community. And on top of that, every sub, gift sub, and resub, out of that, I will donate $1 per to the charity, in addition to a donation that Manatee and I will determine at the end of the month from ourselves. So definitely get that link out there if you would be so kind. Even a cent makes a dent, but a retweeter makes it sweeter. I have the little video I made for it and everything in the pinned tweet on my Twitter, which you can find here. So thanks in advance for all of your help and support. Really appreciate it. Now, what are we looking at here? It's my second turn. We still have the red 5, 4, and 2. We have the yellow 3, and we have the green 5. Thank you, Zero. Thank you for that tier 1 sub. That's adorable. Thank you. I'm adding 1 to my tally. I have a tally. I can't show you because I don't use a webcam, but I'm holding up the little like notepad that I have that's writing out like every stream and what happens in it and stuff. But thank you, Zero. That means a heck of a lot. Really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, what are we doing? We need to fill these requirements in. We can't do anything with the green, but we can certainly do something with red. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 1. We have 1, 2, 5, 6. So we need 3 and 4. So why don't we take the 4, because we need... Oh, okay, so Lady Amelia is saying red 2 or yellow 3. I'm thinking the 4, but I see what you mean. Let's get that red 2 in there. Let's get that red 2 in there and hope that we get some 4s, because we could really use some 4s as well. Because we have that, that 2-point thing. I heard a ding. What did I hear? What did I hear? I heard a ding, and that was probably somebody hosting. Oh! Anonymous says, Anonymous donated $10 to Feeding America, says, thanks for doing this, NJ. Thank you! Thank you, Anonymous. I really appreciate it. It means a heck of a lot. Thank you. Okay. Next round. What are we looking at? We are looking at a red 2, a yellow 5. No 6s this round. I'm starting to get squirrely now. We're not seeing reds. This isn't good. a red 2, a yellow 5, a green 5, green 3, blue 1, purple 4, purple 3. Welp. Let's see. Does Alfonso need purple? No, but they can definitely take it. They're not looking for purple. I think they're looking for red. So let's take that purple 4 right now, and we'll jam it right here. Get that out of the way, and if the purple 3 comes back to us, then we're putting the purple 3 here. And if not, we're going to put it down here. That's totally fine. Let's hope the purple 3 is not coming back. Rip. Okay, not a big deal. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. There's not much I can do right now. There's not much I can do. I know that I'm only going to be able to get 3 opportunities to get the 5-point objective. I already have 3 2s on the board. I already have 3 5s on the board. So the 1 is what's left. And I can only really place the 1 in one of 2 places. I can put it here or I can put it here. I'm going to put it there. No, I could do that. I could nudge it to a 3, but I really need 4s. I mean, I could do that too, but I really don't want to use the favor tokens if I don't have to. I'm worried about the favor tokens. I'm worried about the favor tokens because those are bonus points. I really don't want to use them unless I'm really, really stuck, and I'm not stuck. Serena says, bye, NJ. I have to go now, but it was so lovely watching the stream. Hope everyone has a good day. You too, my dear. You too. Thank you for hopping in and hanging out with me today. Alright, so we have 3 rounds to go. And we're looking at a lot of purple. That's beautiful. We want purple. We also really want a 6, but we're not going to get one right now. I could make the green a 6, but I need a green here as well. And the 2 greens that are here are not ideal. First thing I want to do is play the purple 3 to guarantee that that spot is full. We're guaranteeing that spot is full. Now I have to wait my turn. We're going to see how far we get. The purple 5 came back to us. That's great. We're going to add 5 points by this. Now, if a green comes back in the 8th or 9th round, or the 9th or 10th round, then we're going to definitely use the favor tokens to manipulate it. But right now I don't want to do that because I want to see what happens. Excuse me. Now, am I going to regret that? More than likely. I'm more than likely going to regret it, but that's fine. And of course, the 6 is blue. That's just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Do we have a 6 in the round track? We do not. We do not. And all we have in green are 5s. Interesting. Okay. That's obnoxious. But not terrible. Now, I go last this round, so I have one of 2 options. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to play not nudge the yellow 5. I could do that. I could. I want to see if it comes back because I need to fill this green in too. Decisions, because they still have to go yet. I go last, so I'm only going to have 2 dice. I'm only going to have 2 dice left. So here's the question. Do I use Grozing Pliers, turn the 5 into a 6, and then hope the green 1 comes back? Or do I take the green 1 and hope that the 5 comes back? Because I can basically put anything else. Almost. I can't use the purple, and I can't use the blues. But the green and the yellow I can do. And I can't even use the red, so it has to be the yellows and the green. So I'm going to place the green because I'm going to be able to do something with it. And I can use, if the yellow 3 comes back, I can put it there. Are all the greens up top 5s? Yeah, they are. Play the 1 and hope for the 5, says Burke. Yep, that's what we're going to do. All right, fingers crossed, everybody. Let's go. Fingers crossed. I've got my fingers crossed and up in the air, and I don't even mind one bit. I don't mind. Okay, so they took the yellow 1. They took the 3. Okay, so the 5 came back to us. The 5 came back to us. Y'all did it. You brought your energy, and we have the 6. We're going to have the 6. We're taking the Grozing Pliers. We're going to take it. We're going to make it a 6. We're going to make it a 6, because we're not taking any chances, because this game is going to be squirrely. We know this game is going to be squirrely on us. But we also know that we're not in bad shape. We know that we're not in bad shape. We just have to see what happens. I go 4th, so I get both my turns at once. Like, concurrent. So now it's a matter of seeing what comes back. And of course, a red 6 came back. Because of course it did. Of course it did. I am amused. I'm just going to throw that out there. I am amused. So what the heck are we looking at? We only have 1 4 on the board. We only have 1 4. So we're going to take this other 4 and we're just going to plunk it in nice and neat. We're going to plunk it in nice and neat. That works. Because then we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this right here is this is one set of 5 points. We have 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so we're going to put a 3 here. So we have, let's see this. So that's accounted for. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we at least have 10 points from that. And color-wise, we only have 2 greens. So we're going to maybe get 8 points total for the different colors. Because the green is the lowest. But I don't want to put another 6 because we don't need another 6. We need a 3. We need the 3s and 4s. But we're not going to get that either. Actually, wait. We do need a green. And we have 3 6s already. And we only have we have 3 1s. And so we're going to play that first, for sure. And the 6 or the 1 are definitely what I can play. And I think I'm going to take the 6. Because I can't play the red 3. And I can't make this a 3. And there's no green 3s anywhere. Which is fine, I guess. Because I don't want to use any more favor tokens. So we're just going to do that. And we're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens. And there we go. We are good to go. We are good to go. All right, so here we are. We have, so far we are tied for second. 2. Okay, so we got 2. So now we're tied for third. Oof. Big oof. We're in last. Uh-oh. Okay, so that put us in third. Okay, so we ended up in third. That's not bad. That's not bad. I think we did really well. I mean, look at the point differential. 3 points between myself and Diego. 1 point between me and Alfonso. So that's totally fine. You can't win them all. It was very tight. We did well. We filled the board. We really looked at placement. We made stuff work. I crack up though. I do. But I think this was really good. This was really good. But I hate to do this though. But I need to get going. I have a meeting in 20 minutes. And I have to do a few things before that meeting happens. So this is where I unfortunately will have to leave you. I'm going to have to leave you guys here. And I don't want to do that. But I do have stuff I need to do. I need to kick off my Sunday. But I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you again, Short Zelda 22. For the raid. Thank you, Zero, for the sub. And thanks to all of you who came in and decided that I was worth a follow. That means a heck of a lot. So I was looking to see who we could raid, and I know exactly who we can raid. We are going to raid my quote-unquote real life good friend Ian, Eons of Ian. He actually is... he's a relatively newer streamer. He's been streaming for less than a year. He's doing crosswords like he does every Sunday, but he's super chill. He's 18 plus family friendly, but he's a variety streamer. He's wonderful. Go say hello to him. In the meantime, I am going to just gently remind you that I will be fundraising until the end of the month for Feeding America. If you can't donate, don't worry about it. But please feel free to take that link and spread it to the intertubes to help me hit my goal of $2,500. And any help you can provide, even with word of mouth, is perfect. Also, let me share with you my socials. So first things first, you can, if you're new to the channel and you think I'm worth a follow, please feel free to hit follow because that's when you're going to find out when I go live. I'm also on Twitter at NJ Coffee Junkie. I'm on YouTube at NJ Coffee Junkie. My 8th episode of Shamblecraft just dropped this week, so please feel free to check that out. I also have a Patreon. at NJ Coffee Junkie, where for $10 or more a month, you can play on Half Calf Craft, which is my Patreon realm on Minecraft. And last but not least, I have a Discord. So Discord, it's free to join. You do not have to be a sub, but you just have to be 13 years of age or older. With that, everybody, I'm going to head out. Wear your masks. Wash your hands. Be excellent to yourselves and to each other. Tell Ian I said raid freshly brewed. Bye!